Assistant Secretary Manuel Felix, Assistant Secretary Alexander Macario, Assistant Secretary Macario Morales, Assistant Secretary Odilion Pasaraba, and also the DILG regional directors. And the attached agencies of the DILG, headed by Vitaliano Aguirre II of the NAPOLCOM, Secretary Saidamen Pangarungan of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, Chairperson Ryan Enriquez of the National Youth Commission, Commissioner Alexa Daniel Dayanghirang of NYC, Executive Director Christine Chavez of the Philippine Commission on Women, Police Lieutenant General Ricardo De Leon of the Philippine Public Safety College, Executive Director Thelma Vicina of the Local Government Academy, Director Diosdado Velaroso, Emergency 911 Commission, Director Edgar Alan Tabel of CODIX, or Central Office Disaster Information Coordinating Center. That's all, Madam Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comsec. Good morning once again to to the family of the ILG. First, I would like to, of course, we have to resume now the budget briefing of the different agencies. I would like to inform the body that my co-chair in the budget for the ILG is Kong Alan Benedict Reyes of the 3rd District of Quezon City, Kong Junicua of the Lone District of Quirino, and Kong Alfred Vargas of the 5th District of Quezon City. So as I always say in the previous, when I was the one in charge of the budget of the ILG, there are like, before it was just 8 agencies, but now you've got 10, I think, agencies, which is the following. The agencies under the DILG are the Office of the Secretary, the Bureau of Fire and Penology, the BJMP, the Local Government Academy, the NAPOLCOM, the PNP, the Philippine National Police, the PPSC, NCMF, that is the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, and the National Youth Commission and the Philippine Commission on Women. National Youth Commission is being the caretaker of the budget of NYC is Kong Luis Campos. Am I right? Okay. So once again, welcome to the House of Representatives. So without further ado, may we now request the Secretary Anyo of the Department of Interior and Local Government to make a brief presentation on their budget.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. To our Honorable Congressman Eric Yap, Chair of the Appropriations Committee, our sponsor, Vice Chair, Congresswoman Luisa Loren Quaresma, Vice Chair, Honorable Alan Benedict Reyes, attending with us physically, Representative Honorable Julian Baronda, and Honorable Arlene Brosas, and all the members of this venerable committee, a pleasant good morning to all of you. Please allow us to show you a video presentation of the proposed 2022 budget of the DILG and its attached agencies. Please roll the video. Since the inception of its mandate, the department has always been committed to strengthening our local government units to adapt and overcome all challenges in governance, including corruption. We have also been resolved in ensuring that our people go on with their daily lives safe and secure from the evils of terrorism, insurgency, criminality, and illegal drugs through our robust and capable peace and order and public safety institutions and workforce. Likewise, the President has always called upon the department to perform critical tasks along with other national agencies when the county is beleaguered by enormous trials or when he wants to get a job done. This is why you see the DILG actively contributing to the government's COVID-19 fight and in the crusade against the lingering ills that beset our people and nation. These are by no means easy burdens. In fact, we have lost several patriotic police, fire, jail, and local government operations officers and personnel in the process of heeding the call of duty. Gayunpaman, hindi nagdalawang isip ang ating mga bayani na ialay ang kanilang lakas, isip at mismong buhay. Mailigtas lamang ang buhay ng ating mga mamamayan. Kaya naman buong puso kong sinasaluduhan ang mga lingkod bayang patuloy na nagsasakripisyo ng sariling kaligtasan para sa kapakanan ng ating mamamayan. Truly, the DILG's role in public safety, governance, and development will only magnify in the coming years, especially since the pandemic is still far from over and the need to sustain the gains of our peace campaigns cannot be put off. We must also prepare our LGUs in dealing with disasters lest they wreak havoc on our recovery efforts. Kailangan din nating gabayan, tulungan, at bantayan mga lokal na pamahalaan habang pinagdadaanan natin ang proseso ng devolusyon alang-alang sa desisyon ng Korte Suprema ukol sa Mandanas-Garcia na kaso. Indeed, the demands of good governance and shared accountability must be kept by our LGUs, and the DILG is determined to ensure that local leaderships are fully committed to effectively meeting the needs of their constituents. As such, it is against this backdrop that we present to you today the DILG's proposed budget for fiscal year 2022. Optimistic as always that through your support, we can sustain our drive for good and participatory local governance, peace and order, and public safety.
The budget given to us through the National Expenditure Program shall be wisely and judiciously spent to deliver on our thrusts for 2022, namely, scaling up the drive for clean, honest, transparent, and corrupt-free local governance. Improve LGU's capacity to manage and overcome the COVID-19 pandemic, natural disasters, and calamities. Step up the fight against illegal drugs, criminality, and other peace spoilers. Uphold and advance the rights and interests of the youth, women and children, and Muslim Filipinos. Lastly, improve our internal capacity and adapt to the new normal. This initiative shall be pursued using the 248.53 billion pesos allotted to the DILG, which is a mere 0.4% higher than our current appropriation of 247.5 billion pesos. The breakdown of DILG's budget for 2022 per agency is as follows. When ranged against our 2021 levels, the Office of the Secretary, Philippine National Police, and the Philippine Commission on Women will have reduced budgets for 2022. While the Bureau of Fire Protection, Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, National Police Commission, Philippine Public Safety College, National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, and National Youth Commission registered increases that are below 10%. Only the Local Government Academy received an increase of more than 20%, although such hike may not be enough to carry out its work in relation to the SC Mandanas-Garcia ruling. While it is true that the DILG ranks as the third agency with the biggest budget for 2022, 85% of it will actually go to the salaries and benefits of our uniformed personnel, who we also mobilize for COVID-19 related functions. with 41,000 of them having contracted the virus and 130 actually losing their lives in the process. The remaining 15% are for the maintenance and other operating expenses and capital outlay. The highlights of our 2021 budget per expense class are as follows. For personal services, bulk of the allotment will be for, among others, pay and allowances of our uniformed personnel, creation of new police, fire, and jail officer positions, and filling up of unfilled positions for uniformed and non-uniformed personnel. The budget for our MOOE will be for the implementation of 22 projects for the continuous development of LGUs, operation and maintenance of existing PNP, BJMP, and BFP stations, facilities, and equipage, subsistence and medicine allowance for persons deprived of liberty, rice subsidy for PNP, BFP, and BJMP uniformed personnel, funds for COVID-19 and disaster quick response, LGA training center modernization. On the other hand, the capital outlay will be used to beef up the essential infrastructures, facilities, and equipage of the PNP, BFP, and BJMP, which is needed to boost their performance and to ensure the safety of their personnel while on duty. Likewise, part of the capital outlay is for the DILG and its attached agencies to operate and engage their respective stakeholders and clients through ICT in the new normal setting. From this point, we shall discuss the highlight of the budget of the DILG and its attached agencies. For the Office of the Secretary, our budget shall be used for the continuous implementation of projects for good local governance. This includes scaling up the LGU performance metrics and offering incentives to exemplary LGUs, deepening participatory governance in the country, enabling LGUs to learn innovative ideas that will help them address and overcome environmental, governance, and developmental challenges. When put together, these initiatives will surely help LGUs thrive under a full devolution governance setting brought about by the Mandanas-Garcia ruling. The drive for peace and development continues with the government's support to Barangay Development Program, which will bring needed projects to the people of 1,406 barangays previously bothered and terrorized by the CPP and PA. The same with the Enhanced Comprehensive Local Integration Program, which will offer assistance to 1,206 former communist rebels, militia ng bayan, and violent extremists. Our 911 emergency services and Safe Philippines projects will provide prompt action on emergency and distress calls and make our streets safer from criminal and other lawless elements, respectively. Likewise, the strengthening of local institutions such as the Peace and Order Councils, Anti-Drug Abuse Councils, and the Barangay Tanads, among others, will lead to a stronger national and local government collaboration against criminality and other peace spoilers for peaceful, safer, and orderly communities. For the Bureau of Fire Protection, the filling up of 3,397 positions will improve the fireman-to-population ratio of 1:2,000. Meanwhile, the acquisition of, among others, fire trucks, fireboats, and rescue equipment, and construction of additional fire stations will improve its capacity to prevent and respond to fires, and thus reducing the number of fire-related injuries, deaths, and damage to property every year. For the Bureau of Jail Management and Penology, its budget shall be used for the creation and filling up of 2,533 positions to boost its custodial ratio to 1:18 from the current 1:20. Procurement of prisoners' vans, firearms, handcuffs, and construction of perimeter fences meant to boost the security and safekeeping capacities of its personnel, as well as food and medicine provision for the projected 182,556 PDLs in 2022. Notable in the BJMP's plan next year is the installation of 30 isolation areas or cells for sick PDLs in big jails and the conduct of e-dalaw to prevent COVID transmission among the PDL. The Philippine Public Safety College shall pursue the professionalization of uniformed personnel through the following: enhancement of course offerings to cover current and emerging public safety challenges and to prepare close to 10,000 PNP, BFP, and BJMP course participants to handle peace and public safety tasks, which now include handling COVID-related assignments. Ensure that its learning institutions have adequate fixtures and equipage that will help ensure that they are conducive to learning and development. With the Mandanas-Garcia ruling and the national and local elections in full swing in 2022, the Local Government Academy will work to realize its capacity development agenda for LGU functionaries and LCEs, especially the newly minted ones, for them to rise above governance challenges they are sure to face in the next 3 years. Alongside the development of LGU capacity is the capacity enhancement it offers to DILG officials and personnel. Finally, after several attempts and appeals, the Academy has been given budget to commence the modernization of its training center in Los Baños, Laguna, which has long been needing improvement. For the National Police Commission, it shall use its budget for its supervision of the Philippine National Police, payment of police benefits, and speedy resolution of cases involving policemen. It will also spearhead strong police-community relations, critical to preventing and addressing peace and order challenges on the ground. The Philippine National Police anticipates that its police visibility, crime prevention, and crime-fighting capabilities will improve through the filling up of 1,000 police officers' positions, construction of 53 police stations, and beefing up of its move, shoot, and communicate capabilities. All these efforts are expected to sustain the PNP's gain in reducing crime incidents nationwide and in improving its crime solution efficiency. Through the socio-cultural, economic, and social protection programs of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos, we expect to empower our Muslim Filipino brothers and sisters and improve their overall situation in the country. The National Youth Commission will focus its sights on the continuous development of the Sangguniang Kabataan and the youth organizations in the country, so they will become government partners in addressing the needs of some 31.775 million Filipino youths. Our Philippine Commission on Women will work for women empowerment through, among others, ensuring the gender responsiveness of government policies, plans, and programs. Through PCW's efforts, we are optimistic that gender-based violence will decline and respect for women and children's rights will improve. Given the challenges ahead, which require the department to work safely and efficiently, we shall ramp up our ICT capabilities in an effort to continue engaging our various clients and stakeholders through online undertakings and improve our collaboration and information sharing with the different units of our department and other government agencies as well. Indeed, with or without the pandemic, we need to embark on ICT to make life and work easier, safer, and more convenient to everyone.
Katulad po ng dati ay tinitiyak ng kagawaran ng interior at pamahalang lokal na maayos at mahusay namin tutuparin ang aming mandato at mga direktiba ng ating Pangulo. Kami ay magiging masinop sa paggugol ng pondong inyong ipinagkakatiwala sa amin at sa mga ahensyang kaugnay ng DILG. With a few months remaining on our hands, time demands that we finish laying the foundations of peace, good governance, and development, which we began and have been working on since the beginning of our terms. We are now down to our last stretch, so I hope that we make the most of every opportunity. Sama-sama po natin harapin ang mga hamon at suliraning kinakaharap ng muli na rin tayong makabangon at umunlad bilang isang matatag at nagkakaisang Pilipinas. Handa na po kami tumugon sa mga katanungan at paglilinaw ng inyong komite at ng mababang kapulungan. Maraming salamat po.
Chair, we are now ready to answer your questions. Maraming salamat.
Yeah, so thank you very much, Secretary Anyo, for that presentation. But before that, before we acknowledge the first interpolator, may the chair now recognize the presence of the Vice Chair in charge of the National Youth Commission, Congressman Luis Campos. And I miss telling everyone that the one in charge of the National Commission on Muslim Filipinos is Vice Chair Kong White Kurat Samora. Okay, so before the chair will recognize from the minority the first interpolator, I would like to again, as had been stated in the previous by the different chairs, the rules and procedures in our budget briefing. That the 5-minute rule shall be observed strictly by all interpolators. The time applies only to questions. It is only applied to the question, excluding the response of the resource speaker. Now, if the department needs more time to respond, they may request that the same be submitted in writing to the member concerned. Copy furnished the Committee on Appropriation. And the third, for orderly procedure or proceedings, a member or a resource speaker who wants to interpolate or answer must first seek recognition by the chair before speaking. And the last is all questions and answers must be directed to the chair to avoid engaging the resource person or the member in a conversation. So now, let's start with interpolation. First, from the minority, may the chair now recognize the Honorable Representative Arlene Brosas.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat na narito. Magandang umaga rin sa mga nakasama natin sa Zoom. Good morning again. Now, on to my question po agad. We understand that the DILG is among the member agencies of the NTF-ELCAC. Tama po ba?
Yes,
To get an answer from the
Madam
Secretary.
Chairperson, that's correct.
Now, Madam Chair, the DILG budget per se is peppered with several items related to the objectives of the NTF-ELCAC, worth 1.19 billion according to the DBM presentation last time. Paki-enumerate po, Madam Chair, Mr. Secretary, these programs related to NTF-ELCAC.
May we get an answer from Secretary Anyo?
Thank you po, Madam Chairperson. Yes, that's true. We will enumerate kung saan po ginamit itong pondo na ito. I would like to give the floor to Yusek Iringan of our Undersecretary for Local Government.
Yusek Iringan is recognized by the chair.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair, and good morning, everyone. Madam Chair, for 2022, one of the programs to be implemented by the Office of the Secretary is our Retold Community Support Program, and capacitating urban communities for peace and development. These two programs have a total budget of 85 million for 2022. The others are the expanded comprehensive local integration program. This is also administered by the OSEC to the tune of 110 million, Madam Chair. The others, sir, are with the Philippine National Police.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, pa-enumerate na lang yung mga programs na nagawa ng PNP in writing na lang, Madam Chair, to expedite yung ano. Madam Chair, on to my next question. Ngayon pong 2022, 28.1 billion of the total NTF-LCAC budget is under the LGSF Barangay Development Program, BDP po. Alam natin na ito yung 20 million each para sa mahigit 1,400 cleared barangays mula sa 844 cleared barangays this year. Malinaw po na hindi ito pandemic response project. Paano po dinedefine, Madam Chair, ni Secretary Anyo, ng NTF-LCAC ang cleared barangays? Sino po ang nagsacertify ng barangay kung clear na siya?
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Meron pong proseso kung paano madideclare na cleared ang isang barangay. Normally po, itong mga barangay na to ay na-classified na affected barangays. Either sila po ay influenced or infiltrated or targeted. So ngayon po, ang Armed Forces of the Philippines at ang Philippine National Police ay nagkakandak po ng community support program mula po noong una pa, kahit bago pa po ang administrasyon sa kasalukuyan, at nakakandak po sila ng tinatawag nating clearing operations. Dito po ay pinupunta nila yung mga barangay at nagkakaroon po ng tinatawag na pagpupulong at dito po ay nalalaman yung degree ng affectations. Kapag ito pong barangay na ito ay na-clear na, ito po ay dumadaan sa iba't ibang proseso ng validation. Nagsisimula po ito sa level ng infantry at brigade, papunta hanggang sa level ng division. Meron pong tinatawag na area clearing evaluation team na ang namumuno po dito ay ang provincial governor. At dito po ay kapag nakita po na talagang malinis na ang barangay at hindi na po ito pinupuntahan ng mga New People's Army at yung mga armadong grupo po ay na-reduce na, ay dito po ay isasubmit po itong mga cleared barangays ito sa NTF-LCAC. At sa proseso naman po kung paano siya mapapasok sa ating SBDP ay nakakandak naman po ng retooled community support program na pinangungunahan po ng local government units kasama yung mga taga-barangay, representatives ng mga civil society organizations at saka national government agencies. Ang proseso po ay para matumbok ano po talaga yung kinakailangang development or intervention or services sa nasabing barangay. Kasi po ang peace and development ay magkasama. Hindi po pwedeng puro peace effort lang, kailangan kasama ang development. So dito po ay mapoprograma na itong barangay kung siya po ay na-cleared para maisama sa support to the barangay development programs. At ito na po for the fiscal year 2022 ay 1,406 barangay po. Ang nakikita natin na dapat mabigyan po ng development projects at tuluyan na po na masabi nating magkaroon ng peace and development. Sa panahon po ng pandemic ay hindi naman po ibig sabihin nakakalimutan natin yung ating ibang trabaho. Kaya magkakasabay po ito. No? Kahit po may pandemic ay kailangan pa rin maibigay ang mga pangangailangan at development sa mga malalayong barangay na ito.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
clear saan, Madam Chair? Kasi yung hindi specific po, clear saan?
okay, may we get an answer from the secretary.
Cleared po ito sa impluensya ng mga communist CPP, Communist Party of the Philippines at saka New People's Army. Sa matagal pong panahon, sa loob po ng 50 taon ng insurgency, ito po yung mga barangay na nandoon sa laylayan, mga tinatawag nating geographically isolated disadvantaged areas na hanggang ngayon po ay hindi inabot ng development. At ito po ang nagiging dahilan kung bakit ang armadong grupo ng New People's Army ay paulit-ulit na bumabalik dito at ginagamit ang mga issues na ito upang makapag-recruit sa mga magsasaka. So kung may bibigay po natin yung pangangailangan at development nila, mawawala na po yung mga issue na sinasabi na pinabayaan ng ating mga kababayan ng pamahalaan.
Madam Chair, sa definition ni Secretary Anyo, wala yun sa anumang panukalang, hindi yun nakasaad sa panukalang budget, right? In written words, no? Kasi, in fact, kayo po yung magbibigay ng pera ng 20 million, kayo din na magsa-certify na cleared na siya. Madam Chair, walang third-party agency na siyang magbe-verify nito, kundi kayo at kayo lang. Bakit po kayo yung nagsa-certify nito? Madaling ilusot na yung bigyan ng 20 million ang isang barangay ayon lang sa rekomendasyon ng NTF-ELCAC. Kahit pa may rebelde doon. Tama po ba? Walang third party na mag-check para dito. Tapos napakalaking budget ng pondong ito para sa mga barangay. Lalo na, Madam Chair, malapit na at darating na ang eleksyon. Lumaki yung alokasyon ng mahigit 70% dito, Madam Chair. And Madam Chair, again, kasi last time naalala ko yun NEP pa lang, hinihingi na natin yung listahan ng barangay ng 822 barangays. Hindi yun nakasaad during the NEP then last budget briefing noong 2021. Ngayon, again, etong 1,000, ilan po ba yung 1,600 na binanggit ni Secretary Anyo, Madam Chair, wala pa ring listahan ng mga barangay. Again, hinihingi natin ito kasi kahit po sa NEP dapat ilagay yung mga listahan ng mga barangay to be transparent to the people, no? Kung ano-ano ang mga yun, Madam Chair.
The response
Yes, thank you.
from the Secretary.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. Unang-una po, yung sa simula po ng clearing ay hindi naman po NTF-ELCAC ang nagsisimula po niyan. Ito po ay mayroong tinatawag na Area Clearing Evaluation Team na nagsisimula po sa level ng brigade. At ang chairman po rito ay ang Deputy Brigade Commander, ang mayor naman ng particular na municipality ang co-chair, at kasama po rin dito ang punong barangay. Kapag po sa Area Clearing Validation Board, sa level na po ng probinsya, ang governor po ang pinaka-chairperson dito. At meron pong mga representatives galing po sa police, sa PNP, at meron pong mga resource persons po na invited dito. At ito po ang nagde-determine kung cleared na po ang barangay. At para naman maisama siya doon sa tinatawag natin na SBDP, mag-undergo pa po ng RCSP. At ito pong RCSP ay binubuo ng iba't ibang representatives ng bawat sektor. Kasama po rito pati ang civil society organization, NGOs, at even pati po yung mga private citizens. So ito po ang tinatawag na convergence sa ilalim. Ngayon po, para po naman sa kalinawan ng lahat, magsasubmit po kami ng kumpletong listahan ng lahat ng barangay na kasama po na inirekomenda para magkaroon ng support to the barangay development projects for 2022.
So how is it? How much usually do you give? Is it how much is the minimum, Secretary?
On the average po, Madam Chair, 20 million per barangay po. At ito po
And
ay
do you have that amount? Is that amount, included in the budget of the DILG, Secretary?
yes, Madam Chair. Pero pag submit, wala po sa DILG budget po ito. Ito po ay nakalagak sa local government support fund. So ito po ay direkta na inire-release ng DBM papunta po sa LGU. Dito po sa fiscal year 2021, ito po ay direkta inire-release sa ating mga provincial government. Sa fiscal year 2022 po, ang aming mungkahi ay direkta po sa mga mayors ng mga iba't ibang municipality dahil mas lumawak na po ang area, mas maraming barangay. Yung sa 20 million po, hindi lang po isang project yan. Meron pong tinatawag na mga infrastructure projects katulad po ng farm to market roads, school buildings, water and sanitation system, health stations, electrification, at meron din pa naman na mga non-infrastructure projects katulad ng livelihood, technical vocational trainings, and assistance to indigent individual or families or in any the form of the following assistance like katulad po ng medical, burial, transportation, food, cash for work, and educational. So depende lang po sa pangailangan. Pero hindi na po sila lalampas sa 20 million per barangay.
So it's,
Nasa
they
discretion.
download the fund direct to the LGU concerned.
Opo, Madam Chair, direct
Tapos may menu as to where these barangays will utilize that particular. What's this? Is this an award or what do you call it? How do you call it?
Ito po ay
Secretary.
pagtugon sa matagal ng pangangailangan ng mga barangay na nasa malalayong lugar. Ito po yung mga idinadaing nila nung araw pa. Walang karsada, walang eskwelahan, walang health center, walang water system. At karamihan po dito ay nandito sa mga ancestral domain areas po. Malalayo po talaga. Ang trabaho po ng DILG ay para mag-monitor and evaluate the projects covered by the LGSF. So meron po tayong mga provisions dito para sigurado na hindi mabubulsa yung mga pera na to. At kung meron maglulustay po ay sisiguro din nating mananagot.
Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair,
yes.
Follow-up question na lang doon. Ibig sabihin nasa discretion niyo po yung lahat no ng bibigyan kung saan ilalagay. Parang bago kayong DBM ano? Kasi DBM gumagawa nun eh. Yung NTF-ELCAC gagawin niya yon para sa magbibigay siya ng 20 million bawat barangay na dapat po may line item na. 'Di ba? Kasi sabi niyo nga sa matagal na panahon, etc. Bakit hanggang ngayon hindi natin makita yung resulta? Ba't hindi maibigay sa atin yung 1,400 or 1,600 na in-identify ninyo? So, dapat naka-line item na siya, dapat nasa atin na, no? Madam Chair, nagtataka po kami kasi kung walang listahan nito, tapos kabilang sa bibigyan ng 20 million each sa ilalim ng BDP, walang breakdown itong 28.1 billion, lump sum ito, pork barrel ito, no? Madam Chair, paano tayo makatitiyak na implementation ready na ang mga proyekto ng NTF-ELCAC? Yung proyekto nga ng ibang mga mambabatas ng ilang mga mambabatas natin, iniipit dahil daw hindi implementation ready. Pero ito, meron na kaagad, diretso, no? Meron na agad nag-aalat. Itong BDP, klarong lump sum. Walang listahan ng barangay, walang specific project. Lahat nasa pagdedesisyon ng NTF-ELCAC. Hindi naman siya regular agency, Madam Chair.
So may I gently remind the Honorable Brosas that you only have 30 seconds left.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, again, kingin po namin yung listahan. Sabi nyo, ready na. Kailangan po natin makita yan. Dapat naka-line item yan. Kasi Madam Chair, kung pandemya ang pinag-uusapan natin ngayon, yung 28.1 billion, malaki po ang magagawa niya para sa pandemic response. At doon po natin sana dapat ilagay yon. Hindi yung parang nasa discretion lang ng, hindi naman ahensya, coordination, etc. No? Doon ilalagay. Kahit pa may menu, Madam Chair, this is a duplicate of the projects na ginagawa din ng mga kongresista at iba pa, no? Ng mga mambabatas. Madam Chair, last na lang, i-call out ko lang po yung
please,
Madam
wrap up,
Chair, yung PNP doon sa, meron pong TikTok challenge ang PNP. Sa mga misis yata po ito, no? Madam Chair, pakita ko lang sa iyo para maintindihan. Medyo mga police dance, this is ng police dance challenge.
So
Yan.
what's the question?
The question is, Madam Chair, kino-call out lang natin, Madam Chair, na yung wife of the head of the PNP Options Ladies Club, nag-launch sila ng Misis ng Police TikTok Challenge sa FB. Ngayon, meron pong gyration and dance na ginagawa. Kino-call out lang po naman natin. Culturally naman, alam natin, sana po yung respect for women, particularly, no? Sa mga ganitong nangyayari, wag naman po sana yung mga gyrations, malalaswa talaga na dancing. Yung TikTok challenge per se, wala pong problema. Pero yung mga ganito na lalo pang nag-create ng harm siguro, misogynistic, hate on women, mga ganyan, kailangan po natin maging conscious dito bilang
so
mga law
maybe
authorities.
we ask the QPNP to look into this na kasi nakita ko rin nagsasayaw and everything. Okay, check na lang. Ano?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you very much,
Madam
Kong
Chair,
Arlene Brosas.
Madam Chair, may I respond?
Yes, okay.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. I agree na dapat ito ay line items at ito naman po talaga ang ginagawa natin. Katulad po nung 822 barangays for 2021, naka-line items po yan. Lahat po ng listahan ng barangay ay nasa DBM na. Magbibigay din po kami ng kopya sa mababang kapulungan. At talaga po ito ay ginagawa na ngayon in process po kasi yung pagsusulat sa line items. At pinangangako po namin na isasubmit po namin ito sa Congress po bago mag-plenary.
Okay,
So,
so thank
opo.
you. Thank you,
Madam
Secretary.
Chair, they haven't released yet the update, ano? Ang bilis-bilis kasing nilabas niyang
Okay,
20.
we asked the Secretary to give us an update, particularly just submit it to the Committee on Appropriation, and then it's already the committee that shall give a copy to Congressman Arlene Brosas and some other congressmen who are requesting for a copy.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Pakilang before the plenary,
Yeah,
please.
we will
Secretary.
submit the updates and progress yung 822 barangays for 2021. At
So
saka
this is
po
for
itong-
2021.
Yung 2021 po, merong ongoing implementation.
Okay, so
So-
what you will be submitting to the committee is for 2020. Ba?
Yung
2022. Yung
2022 po,
kanyang,
yung
2022.
line items po para sa
Okay.
Tapos yung
2020.
2021.
Yes, please,
At saka
kindly
yung
submit
updates po ng
before
20. Opo.
we start with the plenary.
Yes,
Okay,
Madam.
thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, so the next congressman to be recognized is Representative Lourdes Arroyo.
Ma'am, yes, good morning, ma'am. Madam Chair? Madam
Yes,
Chair?
Yes, you are loud and clear, Congressman Lourdes Arroyo. Good morning.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I miss you. I want you to know. Madam Chair, I know this is a parochial concern that I have, but it's important for me to ask Secretary Anyo because I have been requesting since I sat, this is my first term, since I sat down as a representative for the 5th District of Negros Occidental, I have been asking for cars for my area, the 5th District of Negros Occidental. We do not have cars or police patrols and aside from that, fire trucks. And I have been requesting this. And I received a response letter from the PNP dated September 23, 2019, stating that the municipalities of Hinigaran and La Castellana, which are in my district, in the 5th District of Negros, are included in the patrol jeeps capacity enhancement program of 2020. But I have checked with them and they have not received it, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Another thing I would like to ask, Madam Chair, is if they have been in contact already for the devolution with our mayors. Because my mayors seem to know a lot about it. And I'm glad, but they said they're asking the PNP for a seminar for mayors if they can.
So with regards to the police patrol, kindly take note of that. That there was already a letter given to Congressman Arroyo that police patrols will be, issued to some municipalities in their area. Pero sabi niya, hanggang ngayon wala pa rin. Kindly look into that, Secretary and the Chief PNP.
Yes, Madam
Now, with
Chair.
regards to the fire trucks, maybe I don't know what's now the latest about the fire trucks. How much was allocated for police patrols and fire trucks for 2022? And if you have like allocations for 2021, were you able to already utilize a portion of those allocation for the purchase of police patrols and fire trucks? Kasi kailangan din yan talaga eh. Kasi before, alam mo naman, some other municipalities, they only have like Mahindra, naman yung bulok na Mahindra na walang mga spare parts. It's a good thing that already the PNP purchased, a better police patrol cars or vehicles. So do we have allocation for 2022, Secretary?
Yes, Madam Chair. For the PNP, we have 200 patrol cars for procurement for 2022. Sa atin pong fire trucks, meron pong I think 53 po fire trucks ang for procurement.
Okay.
Hindi, 100.
So maybe
104 pala po.
104 fire trucks.
Fire trucks.
Okay, that's good.
For 2022.
And so what's it about the query of Representative Arroyo?
We will make sure po, Madam Chair, na mailagay sila doon sa...
And they were informed already that patrol vehicles will be issued to them, but up to this time wala pa daw. Kindly look into that. Representative Arroyo,
Yes,
the
Madam Chair.
Secretary will look into this, your predicament, Representative Arroyo.
Also, how
And,
about the
with regards to
devolution?
will we get an answer?
May I request the GPNP, Madam Chair, to answer?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, Madam Chair, we are expecting to have 411 patrol vehicles for this year. Yes, sir. At kasama po doon yung sinasabi ni ating congresswoman.
Okay.
And for next year, sir, we have 200 patrol vehicles and additional 200 vehicles for 130 personal carrier. So we are requesting for 689 million for all of this,
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you, Chief PNP. So we just have to await Representative Arroyo. Baka hindi pa kasi sila nag-i-issue.
Madam Chair, question.
Yes,
Can I expect a commitment from them? Can they tell me they're all there? They're all with you now. Can I expect a commitment from them?
yes, I will
all
try to
want.
ask them,
Thank you so much,
Representative
Madam
Arroyo. So the good congressman is asking a commitment because you wrote them a letter already, pero hanggang ngayon wala pa. So meron ba for the district of Representative Arroyo?
Yes, Madam Chair, opo, ihintay lang po namin kasi hindi pa na-deliver. Ito
Okay.
pong 411
Okay.
na supposed to be
So,
coming before end of
Okay,
this year.
thank you, Chief PNP. So in other words, Congressman Arroyo, may assurance naman. Wala pa daw kasi yung mga unit that your unit allocation will be given to your district.
Thank
So
you,
with
Madam
regards
Chair.
to the devolution, may we get an answer?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to ask Yusek Ringan to update on the devolution.
Thank you very much, sir. And Madam Chair, Your Honors, in the past, we have already conducted several sessions pertaining to the implementation of the full devolution in 2022, where our participants are members of the different leagues. And also, we have already did the rollout, the regional rollout, where we oriented our field officers and our other stakeholders pertaining to devolution and the crafting of the LGU devolution transition plan. But we will require our DILG Regional Office 6 to particularly coordinate with the municipalities of the district where the good congressman is now the congressman.
So in other words, the DILG is conducting already some seminars with regards to devolution.
Yes, Madam Chair, we already did a lot of sessions with the different LGUs. And
Yeah, I think there's really a need. Imagine this Republic Act number itong ang hindi pa fully implemented ang devolution with the local government autonomy. So it's a good thing that you are scheduling also some seminars and trainings, particularly for our mayors with regards to devolution.
Madam
So,
Chair, may I be recognized again?
Yeah. So, Congressman Arroyo, you had heard what
Yes, Madam Chair. It's my mayors who told me, and I am very glad and very impressed. And I would like to help the PNP in any way that I can. But I have to know what I can do to help them. If it's approval of this budget, by all means. I also have, talking of LCAC, because I heard Congresswoman Brosas talk about the LCAC. I have a lot of insurgents. I'm sure Secretary Anyo knows this in my district. And I have also requested roads, not only roads, as a matter of fact, even lights. Because without the lights and the roads, we cannot get rid of these people and we cannot bring in commerce. I want to bring in commerce. So
Okay, that's nice,
that's the reason
Congressman
why I
Arroyo.
have that request. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Okay, so kindly take note of the request of Congressman Arroyo, Secretary Anyo, particularly
opo,
on
Madam Chair.
and it's so nice to hear that Representative Arroyo is even like very much willing to be of help to whatever programs you have in the DILG.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that all, Representative Arroyo? Thank you
Yes,
very much.
Madam Chair, that is all. And I thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you to Congressman Arroyo.
Thank
So
you,
the
ma'am.
next to interpolate, or before that, may I acknowledge the presence of Vice Chair Jocelyn Lim Kai Chong. And the next interpolate is from the Independent. May the Chair now recognize the Honorable Representative Edsel Lagman.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and good morning, Secretary Anyo.
Good morning po.
With the ruling of the Supreme Court in Mandanas-Garcia, which increased the base for the allocation of the internal revenue allotment to LGUs, we have a heightened need to protect the LGUs as the clientele of DILG so that they will get what they deserve and what they got in the Supreme Court decision. Is that a correct statement, Mr. Secretary?
Secretary.
Yes, opo. Yes, Madam Chair, that's correct.
Okay.
As a consequence of the Mandanas-Garcia ruling, how much would be the incremental era for LGUs starting 2022?
Okay. May we get an answer from the Secretary?
Yes, Madam Chair. Ang first po, ang incremental will be an additional 37.89%. For 2021 era, 695 billion 492 million 749,000. For 2022, magiging 959 billion 41 million and 250,000 pesos ang magiging era po for 2022. So that's an additional more or less uh, around 60 billion, Madam Chair.
No. I think the incremental, which is 37.89% higher than the 2021, is 263 billion 548 million 501,000. Is that correct?
Opo, Mr. Chair, Madam Chair. That's correct.
That is correct. Now, this incremental era will have to be released automatically to the recipient LGUs, consistent with the Constitution and the local government code. Is that correct?
Yes, Madam Chair, that's correct.
Now, the Supreme Court, in construing Section 6 of Article 10 of the 1987 Constitution, which provides local government units shall have a just share as determined by law in the national taxes which shall be automatically released to them, said that there are three mandates here. One, the LGUs shall have a just share in the national taxes. Two, the just share shall be determined by law. And three, the just share shall be automatically released to the LGUs. Now, I am of the impression that because of the Mandanas-Garcia ruling, the devolved local projects will be charged against the ERA. Is that correct?
Not all the projects shall be charged to the ERA because there are still some projects and programs to be implemented by the national government agencies, Madam Chair.
Well, as contained in the National Expenditure Program, Mr. Secretary, how much of the devolved local projects will be charged against the ERA in 2022?
For the meantime, Madam Chair, wala pa po kaming figure doon sa tanong. But we will get it as soon as we get the data from the national government, particularly the DPM.
Well, the National Expenditure Program has been released weeks ago. I think we should be able to find out now how much in actuality will be the cost of the devolved local projects which will be charged against the ERA.
Okay, may we get an answer from the Secretary?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd like to ask you, Secretary, to provide some details.
Thank you very much, sir. And Madam Chair, as of now, our national government agencies are still crafting their devolution transition plan. So it will be provided in those plans which programs, projects, and activities will be will be devolved to the local government units in a phased manner, Madam Chair.
Are we being told, Madam Chair, that the National Expenditure Program does not appropriate the amounts for the devolved local projects which shall be charged against the ERA?
Okay, may we get a response? From,
Madam Chair, what we are saying is the DILG does not have the numbers at this time, Madam Chair, because these are with the national government agencies and with the Department of Budget and Management.
The principal clientele of the DILG are the local government units, whose interest it must be protecting. So much so that there is a need to find out how much is the cost of the devolved local projects which will be charged against the ERA, or which will be funded by the ERA, so that you can find out how far are the LGUs getting what they deserve from the Mandanas-Garcia ruling. So when can we get the answer to my question, Madam Chair?
Okay, may we get an answer from the
Yes,
DILG?
Madam Chair. According to the provision of Executive Order number 138, the national government agencies have 120 days to craft or come up with their devolution transition plan, Madam Chair.
Well, I am not talking about the devolution transition plan. I am asking whether the National Expenditure Program is spells out in black and white how much of the devolved local projects will be funded by the ERA. That is
Okay.
the question, and I need an answer.
Okay, may we hear an answer from the secretary, but before that, may I gently remind the Honorable Edsel Lagman that you only have 30 seconds left, Congressman.
Madam Chair.
I have hardly asked my questions. My questions are very short. I do not have any premises, and I doubt very much if only 30 seconds would be left of my time. But anyway,
Congressman Edsel Lagman, you can join again for the second round. But okay, may we get an answer from Secretary Anyo?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, this is a work in progress. Right now, our LGUs are in the process of crafting their devolution transition plans as well as our national government agencies. At ito po ay pinag-uusapan kung ano po yung mga i-devolve na programs and projects ng national government agencies. Tapos mag-converge po yan. Right now po, we don't really have the figure, but we are going to discuss this immediately with the DBM and immediately submit to the House of Representatives the data needed for this, Madam Chair.
Can the secretary get a copy from the DBM as to the actual sharing that shall be given? So
Yes, Madam Chair. Yung pong
napakaganda niyan. That's so nice to hear.
yung
If
pong
you can provide, Congress.
we will provide, Madam Chair, yung lahat po ng available.
So
There are
that-
some national government agencies na hindi pa po nila natatapos yung kanilang devolution. Kaya we're waiting for them. But kung ano po yung available, we will provide, Madam
Okay,
Chair.
can you please provide the committee, particularly the Committee on Appropriation,
Yes, Madam Chair. We will do
so
that.
that we also have a guide, no? Because has been asked by the Honorable Edsel Lagman, talaga naman hindi kasi masyadong klaro. That's why Congressman Lagman is asking us to whether it's included already in the NEP, whether in the NEP all this been asked by Congressman Edsel is a part of this NEP. Kaya pakibigyan na lang kami. Kindly submit to the committee. Sana naman before
Yes.
we present in the plenary,
Yes,
so
Madam
that we
Chair,
can
we will.
furnish copies
Yes, we will do that, Madam Chair.
to the members. Thank you.
Yes.
So thank
Madam
you
Chair.
very much.
Madam
Okay,
Chair,
I will just give you one more question to ask
Madam Chair,
Congressman Edsel.
my question is important because we can now determine whether in fact pursuant to the Constitution and the local government code, the ERA is automatically released without any diminution or reduction. Because if the ERA is supposed to answer for devolved local government projects, then what would be released to the local government units would be minus the amount to be allocated to fund devolved local government projects. And we should remember that under the law, only 20% of the ERA is supposed to be for developmental projects. The 80% is a free portion for the priorities and discretion of local government units.
Okay,
The
kindly
national
wrap up,
government must not
Congressman.
sequester the incremental ERA so that the local government units are deprived of what they deserve under the Mandanas-Garcia ruling. may I register my time for the second round, Madam.
Okay, so thank you very much, Kong Edsel Lagman. If you want to, bakit nawala? Nahila nyo yata. Sorry. Biglang nawala. Thank you, Kong Edsel. If you want
you.
to ask more, we can release you in the second round. Kong Edsel.
Yes, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. So before I recognize the next interpolate, may the chair now recognize the presence of in the hall, the Vice Chair Manix Dalipe and Deputy Speaker Ferdinand Hernandez, and siyempre my friend Vice Chair Romeo Halosos. So the next interpolate is Congressman Sara Elago. Na ano ka na siya? Representative Sara Elago.
Yes, Madam Chair. Good morning.
Okay. Yes, go ahead, Representative Sara.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Balikan ko lang po yung pondo ng Barangay Development Fund na tumaas ng 28.1 billion mula sa 16.24 billion itong 2021. Sa DILG po, ilang libong barangay yung bagong cleared na sa inyong tala mula 2019 hanggang sa kasalukuyan?
Medyo nawala po yung boses ni... Pwede po pakiulit
Ulit.
Madam Chair.
Kong Sara, pakiulit.
Yes, Madam Chair, nawawala din po yung reception from Nograles Hall.
Asan ka ba? Halika na lang dito.
Madam Chair.
Can you please repeat your query, Kong Sara?
Yes, Madam Chair. Naway, hindi po ito mabawas dun sa aking 5 minuto. Ilang bilang na po ang cleared barangays na mula doon sa 822 mula noong 2019?
That's from 2019 to 2022. May we get an answer from the Secretary?
Opo,
Secretary
Madam
Anyo,
Chair.
please.
Nung una pong set natin ay 822 barangays. For 2022 ay 1,406 barangays. Ngayon pong fiscal year 2021, tuloy-tuloy pa rin po yung clearing operations. In fact, in-expect po namin na before the end of the year, mga another 800 barangays pa po ang makikleared on top of the 1,406. Pero dahil po kailangan natin iplano na yung budget, ang amin pong nire-recommend ay mabigyan po ng support to the barangay development projects ang 1,406 barangay for fiscal year 2022.
Ngunit, Madam Chair, no, ang NTF-LCAC nag-request din ng mas malaking budget na 40 billion para sa 2022. Ibig sabihin ba nito higit sa 2,000 yung barangay na bagong cleared? O kasama po dito yung dating 822 barangays na dati nang naging beneficiary? Ilang beses po ba makakasama ng isang barangay sa programa?
Secretary, ito ba kasi, is this a program of the DILG? Who's the main, agency in charge of this?
Actual po, Madam Chair, ito po ay supposedly under po ng mga LGU sapagkat mga development projects po ito ng mga barangays natin na napabayaan mula pa noong 1970s. Kaya po itong mga barangay na to ay kailangan mabigyan ng mga development projects. Yung 822 po, hindi kasama doon sa 1,406. Kung tatandaan po natin, yung mga barangay na to ay nagsimula pa po 1970s, 1980s, at hindi po talaga nabigyan ng development. Kaya ito rin po naman ang nakita naming dahilan kung bakit madali po na nadideceive ng CPP-NPA yung mga kababayan natin doon. Dahil ang ipinapakita nila ay ang kawalan ng development at ang sinasaba nilang kapabayaan ng pamahalaan.
Eh, yun
Kaya
naman
nga
kasi
po-
ang nangyayari.
Oo nga po, kaya po kinukorek na natin ngayon, kaya dinadala na natin ang development. Ang makikinabang po naman talaga dito ay mga kababayan natin na simula po nung una ay hindi nakaranas ng ganitong development.
Madam Chair, sa ulat po ng National Security Council ngayong 2021, tumaas ng 2,220 yung mga sinasabi nilang cleared barangays. Abangan po natin yung ipapasa sa komite, no, na mga mekanismo kung paano ba talaga nakiklear ng mga barangays at gayon din yung status ng implementation ng mga sinasabi ring development program sa ilalim nito. Ngunit given that number, Madam Chair, no, may mga nakita lang tayo na mga discrepancies, no? Kaya sa bahagi, no, ng representation na ito mukhang malinaw din na kinakailangan ng special audit itong Barangay Development Fund at gayon din yung buong pondo ng NTF-ELCAC. At mula po sa kaninang naging diskusyon, no, with Representative Brosas tungkol sa naturang programa, nananatili pa ring lump sum at discretionary sa ilalim ng DILG ang PDF. Kaya malinaw na port pa rin yan, Madam Chair. Bagong port variant po ito. This is a new port variant that remains to be vulnerable, very prone to misuse and abuse. Kaya po, yun lamang ang paninindigan ng representasyon na ito, Madam Chair. Kinakailangan ng special audit itong PDF at buong pondo ng NTF-ELCAC. Now, let me go to our next matter of concern, Madam Chair, on the drug war. Madam Chair, sang-ayon po sa tala ng Human Rights Group, umabot na sa pagitan ng 27,000 hanggang 30,000 ang mga biktima ng mga vigilante-style killings na kaugnay ng madugong drug war at lumalalang klima ng kawalang hustisya sa ilalim ng Duterte administration. Madam Chair, ito po ay mga kaso na dinala na rin sa harap ng UN Human Rights Council at sa International Criminal Court para mapanagot ang lahat ng sangkot sa drug war killings. Sa official po ba na tala ng PNP, ilan pang libo ang mga pinaslang mula simulan ang madugong tokhang noong July 2016 hanggang ngayong taon, July 2021.
Madam Chair?
Yes, Secretary.
Before I ask the Chief PNP, gusto ko lang po sana mag-responde doon sa komento ng ating kagalang-galang na Congresswoman. Una-una po, ang DILG po ay walang discretion sa support to the Barangay Development Fund. Ang pera po na ito ay naka-line items at rekta po na i-release sa mga LGUs at hindi po dadaan sa DILG. At hindi rin po siya lump sum sapagkat naka-itemize po ito. Hindi po pwedeng galawin, hindi po pwedeng baguhin ang programa. At ang pag-audit po, kaisa nyo kami rito sapagkat yan ang trabaho namin. At pati ang COA ay mag-audit. Meron din Citizens Participatory Audit. So lahat po ng check and balance ay nakalagay dito dahil ayaw naman po natin na magiging issue na ang pera para sa development ay ibubulsa ng iba. Yan po rin ang magiging trabaho ng DILG para habulin yung mga tao na yan. So ngayon po ay ibibigay ko po ang floor kay Chief Philippine National Police Guillermo Ilazar.
Okay. So earlier, Congressman Sara, andiyan ka pa, Kong Sara? May mga tinanong kanina. In fact, earlier, maraming mga tinanong si Kong Arlene Brosas, and there are like some documents being asked by Kong Brosas later on when the DILG will give us before the plenary. Secretary, di ba? That's before the plenary. We'll be furnishing you also a copy.
Yes, Madam Chair. Kasi paano po tayo maniniwala na nag-a-account ang NTF-ELCAC at ang DILG? Kung ngayon pa lang nag-budget briefing na tayo, wala pa rin po ang mga listahan na ito na ating hinihingi. At tama po kayo, kine-question din po natin yung fact na nataon pa doon sa pagpapatupad ng Mandanas ruling, itong pagpapalobo ng Barangay Development Fund. No? Doble-doble na po. No? Kaya hindi nyo po maaalis sa representation na ito na isipin na na pondo in aid of election po ito at dagdag na election war chest no, para sa naturang administrasyon. Madam Chair, pakinggan na po natin sana yung sagot ng PNP.
Okay, I think it was already, sino, maybe, okay. So may the chair now recognize Chief PNP?
Yes, Madam Chair, in so far as our operations or campaign against illegal drugs, a total of since July of 2016 until June of 2021, covering 5 years, a total of 207,000 police operations were conducted. And this resulted in the death of 6,165 suspects. But I would like to point out that we have arrested 298,000 alive suspects. So kung titingnan po natin, these are more than 300 personalities involved in illegal drugs in our operations against on this campaign. Well, we can say that almost 2% dito sa mga suspects na ito ay mga namatay. Pero this will clearly show that almost 300,000 were arrested alive by our personnel in the 207 police operations. Not to include yung pong 1.2 million na kusang loob na nagbalik loob at nag-undergo ng ating mga community and facility-based rehabilitation center. So probably ang pinag-usapan sabi nga na in our 5-year period, meron pong 47,000 incidents na nagresulta rin sa pagkamatay, pero only few of them are drug-related. Others are so if we are to focus on this campaign against illegal drugs, ito po yung ating data, Madam Chair.
So,
Madam Chair, yung official po na datos na binigay sa atin ng PNP noong 2019 na nasa at least 6,600. No, bakit po biglang bumaba na naman ngayon yung bilang ninyo? Samantalang sa tala po namin, Madam Chair, sang-ayon na rin sa mga pinakahuling news reports at sa DOJ, aabot na po ng 7,884 yung mga deaths in official operations. Kaya pagkalaki-laki pa rin. Isang bagay, Madam Chair, yung discrepancy na naman sa datos. Kaya
you only have 1 minute left, Kong Sara. Okay.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Please.
Dapat pong ayusin ng PNP sa itong kanilang mga datos. At dito po sa sinabi nyo na more than 6,000, ilan dito yung kaso na binuksan nyo na sa DOJ para sa kanilang review? Sang-ayon sa findings din ng UN Human Rights Council po sa kawalan ng accountability.
Madam Chair, for last year po, sa data namin, 5,856 ito pong persons who died during anti-drug operation. And nadagdagan po ng additional 6 months until June 2021, naging na po siyang 6,165. Well, automatically, ma'am, na nagkakaroon ng investigation, particularly IAS, on all the operations conducted that resulted in the death of the suspects or even our police officers. And doon po sa mga inimbestigahan natin, initially nga, meron tayong at least 51 or 53 cases na nakakita tayong lapses operations. Ito yung sinasabi natin na we provided the case folder to the DOJ for their review. For the other cases, syempre, pagbabasihan po natin yan, available information, available evidence, at yung cooperation din ng public and pati na rin po ng ating mga sinasabing relatives of the victim. But all of these operations that resulted in the death of either the suspects or either pati na rin po yung ating pulisan are being investigated motu proprio by Internal Affairs Service.
Madam Chair, wala pa po yan sa 1% ng total number ng mga deaths na may kinalaman sa drug war. May tinatago po ba ang PNP After nearly 6 years, the war on drugs has proven itself a failure and a waste of taxpayers'
Okay.
money.
I think
No more
that's the
pesos
last
should be
question.
spent just to incentivize police brutality at the expense of the poor, especially the young people. Kaya Madam Chair, isa pa po ito, no, keeping the drug wards record sealed is just another damage control tactic as the PNP seek greater funding. I will register, Madam Chair, for the second round of interpolation para po higit na
Yes,
ilinaw
because-
ang mga ang mga dapat mailinaw ng
Okay,
representasyon.
so we'll list
Maraming
you,
salamat.
Kong Sara, sa second round. You'll be next to Kong Edsel Lagman. Okay, so thank you, Kong Sara Elago. May the chair now recognize from the majority the Honorable Jose Ebes. May the chair recognize the Honorable Representative Jose Tevez, please. Are you in? Are you in the Zoom? Kong Tevez? Or if you're not around, then we might as well go to the next. One last call for the Honorable Jose Tevez. So I think he's out at the moment. So may we now move on to Representative Mark Go. Honorable Mark Go is recognized by the chair. Saan ba natin nakikita? May we know as to whether Representative Mark Go is around? Anyone from the Secretariat? So, okay, if Congressman Representative Mark Go is not with us, may we now move on to Kong Jamba Baronda.
Thank you so much, Madam Chair, and also the members of the committee, my fellow legislators. Good morning po. I would just like to manifest my thanks to the Department of Interior and Local Government, Secretary Anyo. I have already discussed earlier my parochial concern. At the same time, our special thanks to Yusek Dinsing because I've spoken to my mayor earlier na nakakatulong siya, especially nung panahon ng pandemya. So we felt that the national government pupunta sa Iloilo to make sure that natutulungan naman tayo. And I would just also say thank you to the PNP, especially to our Regional Director, R.D. Miranda, and our City Director, Sir Garbanzos. I understand po ang panahon ng pandemya, maraming mga bagay na nagbago sa pananaw ng mga tao. And I understand din na kailangan ng panahon ng pandemya, masutukan natin yung security ng lahat ng mga LGUs natin. So nakikita ko lately na tumataas ang crime rate, especially yung mga petty crimes. So nagbigay ang mayor namin ng mga bagay na kailangan, such as yung mga piston, we gave out bikes, motorbikes. So sana makatulong ito. I would just like to request pa that paigtingin natin yung police visibility po. Kasi mas marami ang naitulong not only sa amin but sa buong Pilipinas to develop the social, physical, emotional, at spiritual well-being ng mga kabataan. Young leaders, young people, I believe this time should step up. And we need to have this specific program para magkakaroon ng diversion yung mga kabataan. Kailangan din natin na mag-adjust to this situation. I understand, magusto ng mga kabataan natin na magkakaroon ng physical activity. But because of this COVID pandemic, hindi natin magagawa. But ano ang kailangan at dapat natin gawin? I really fear for young people. Yung problema natin, mental health. Maraming mga kabataan nagka-problema. Bilang isang nanay, nafe-feel ko, ang hirap na ng 10 taong gulang ko na anak. So kailangan din natin talaga na bigyan ng pansin. I am wondering, and I even asked the chairman who is the vice chair is in charge of the budget of the NYC, kung ano and saan yung specific program nila. Because I really wanted to manifest and we'll be begging to the president to please fund more yung NYC. Kasi our young people, hindi po ito lang kinabukasan. They are all. And bilang isang dating youth leader, naging youth leader ako dahil because I was molded by one of the agency that molded me to become what I am today is the National Youth Commission because of the programs na natamasa ko nung panahon ng kabataan ko. So Mr. Chair, yun lang po. Gusto ko lang malaman ano ang top 3 na program ng National Youth Commission para po at least we will beg to our speaker and to our chairman, Eric Yap, na dagdagan ng pondo. Dahil sa ulitin, kailangan ng mga kabataan ngayon ang tulong ng national government. Yan lang po. Thank you. Pasensya.
May we acknowledge, thank you,
so much,
Congressman
Mr. Chair.
John Baronda. May we acknowledge the presence of the chairman of the Committee on Appropriation, Representative Eric Yap. Eric, hello. Okay, so may we get an answer from the Secretary?
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair, at maraming salamat po sa pagpupuri at pag-recognize po sa ginagawa ng ating DILG at iba pang mga ahensya katulad ng ating kapulisan at ng National Youth Commission. Totoo po yun na dapat bigyan po ng priority ang pag-develop sa ating mga kabataan dahil 31.77 million Filipino youths po yan. Kaya po dun sa ating National Youth Commission, bagamat maliit po yung budget niya, pero tuloy-tuloy po yung mandatory and continuing training ng ating mga SK. Kasama rin po ang capacity building sa mga SK officers and local youth development officers. Support for online SK and LYDC mandatory and continuing training and database web portals. Meron din voters education campaign for 2022. At meron pong Philippine Youth Development Plan coordination, monitoring, evaluation, and formulation. At mobilization po ng mga youth organizations for various advocacies. Ang objective po natin ay magkaroon ng highly capable and competent SK officials and empowered Filipino youths who are active partners in nation building. And kasama rin po rito ang psychosocial interactions for the youths. At kasama rin po ina-address natin yung problema ng teenage pregnancies. Ngayon po, dun sa effect po ng pandemic sa ating mga kabataan, ay nagsishift na po tayo ng policy mula sa area-wide lockdown into granular lockdown. Para naman po sa isang lugar, halimbawa po sa Iloilo City, instead po na buong Iloilo City ang i-lockdown natin, yun lang may mga alert level 4 or high risk ang ila-lockdown natin. Para naman sa ibang areas na below alert level 4 ay pwede pong mapalabas natin yung ibang mga kababayan natin kasama na yung kabataan. Lalo na po sa mga alert level 1, pwede na po natin silang payagan at magkaroon ng interaction.
Okay, so thank you, Secretary. Anything more?
Yes, Madam Chair, I look forward na magkakaroon ng innovative program para sa kabataan natin because once again, as what I've said, I fear for our young people. Secondly po, and this is a parochial concern, Madam Chair, I just remember it right because during 2019 and 2020, marami pong sakuna sa region ko, especially nung time na nagkaroon ng problema doon sa Guimaras Strait. Nakita ko po yung office ng PNP, office ng Bureau of Civil Defense, Bureau of Fire, watak-watak. Wala po tayong command center. So I understand in 2020, I proposed a command center for that interagency para magkaroon na klaro, specific, and parang smart na na approach sa panahon ng pandemic at panahon ng mga sakuna. So sana po yung proposal natin sa region na mabigyan naman ng tuunan ng PASEN, I think that's 100 million pesos para po sa command center ng region na to. Secretary Anyo, please po, patingin na lang po. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Yes, thank you, Kong Jam Baronda. Kindly take note. And anyway, with regards to the youth, our Vice Chair in charge of the National Youth Commission had heard already all
Yes.
what's in
Madam
you
Chair,
stated.
thank you so much. Actually, I'm wondering because ang alam ko, kumpleto na po POW, kumpleto na po yung proposal, matagal na.
Okay,
So sana po
thank
mabigyan
you,
ng papansin. Thank you so much po.
Kong Jam Baronda. So next to be recognized is the Representative Carlos Sarate. Kong Sarate, you are recognized by the chair.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Naririnig po ba ako sa Nograles? Madam Chair.
Yes, you're loud and clear, Kong Carlos.
Thank you, Madam
Sarate.
Chair. Magandang umaga sa inyo at sa ating mga resource persons. I'll go directly doon ho sa aking mga katanungan. I'll focus sa budget ng Bureau of Fire, no? Madam Chair. Nitong mga nakaraan, naglabas ng mga observation ng COA, no? Doon sa budget ng iba't ibang ahensya, including the Bureau of Fire. At isa nga sa na-flag nila, Madam Chair, ay yung fund transfers na ginawa ng Bureau of Fire sa PSDBM and PITC, no? Sa procurement nila, which were not utilized, Madam Chair, no? At hindi ho ito maliit. It's a 4 billion fund that as of the end of 31 December 2020 ay hindi po nagamit ng Bureau of Fire, no? And this year they're again asking a higher budget, but sa kanilang utilization in 2020 ay 4 billion po ang hindi nila nagamit, Madam Chair, no? For every emergency equipment not procured efficiently, potentially more damage to life and property will happen to us, to our people, Madam Chair. May I get a reply from the Bureau of Fire, Madam Chair? Why is this so?
So may we get an answer from the secretary or from the
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd
BFP.
like to call our BFP Fire Director, OIC Louis Puracan.
So sino pong sasagot?
Si ano po, yung ating OIC Fire Director Louis Puracan.
Okay, so may we recognize you please from the BFP, the officer in charge.
Madam Chair, he is in the adjacent room, pero meron po siyang Zoom. We will just check.
But before, okay, may I acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Jose Tevez. You will be next after Kong Sarate. Kong. So, is he with us? Nasa ano ba?
Yes,
Waiting
Madam Chair.
area?
Just for a while, Madam.
Okay, maybe it will be answered later, Kong Sarate. And is it all right?
Madam Chair, we have to, with the kind indulgence of the Chair, it will not be taken from my time. My series of questions are pertain to the budget of the Bureau of Fire. So mahalaga po na andyan sila.
Okay.
No, do not take this from my time.
That's all. Can we have a like kung pwedeng other aside kasi lahat daw.
Ma'am, patawag na lang namin. Nasa kabilang room lang po.
Okay. So
I move to suspend.
Pulled him up already? May the chair now suspend the session. The session is now resumed. Kung Sarate, pakiulit ho yung question because the head of the Bureau of Fire Protection is with us already, the OIC in charge.
Yes, Madam Chair, for as long as this will not be taken from my time sana, no? Kasi hindi ko naman kasalanan yun na wala sila dyan sa Nograles. So ulitin ko po yung tanong ko, Madam Chair, no? Sa COA observation report, no, humihingi ang premise ko, humihingi ng dagdag na budget ang Bureau of Fire sa taong ito, no? In fact, 234 million ang gusto nilang dagdag. But if we look at the COA observation report, yung kanilang utilization, for example, fiscal year ending December 31, 2020, ay napakalaki po, Madam Chair, nung kanilang unutilized items that were na, yung procurement nila ay hindi na transfer nila sa PSDBM and PITC were not properly utilized, no? Parang nakapark lang doon, and this is around more than 4 billion, no? 4.1 billion, Madam Chair, no? So hihingi kayo ng dagdag na budget, but kung titingnan natin ang budget ninyo nitong mga nakaraang taon, napakalaki ng unutilized ninyo, no? And in fact, tinransfer ninyo ito sa ibang agencies like PSDBM and PITC. So may we get a response from the Bureau of Fire? Why is this so, Madam Chair?
Okay, so may we get an answer from the OIC? Yes, OIC in charge of the Bureau of Fire Protection.
Good morning, sir and ma'am. My name is Chief Superintendent Louis Puracan, and I'm designated as the officer of charge of the Bureau of Fire Protection. The answer, sir, to your query, sir, is that in 2015, 2016, and 2017, the procurement for firefighting equipment were done by the DBMPS. In 2015, 28 fire trucks amounting to 440 million. And in 2016 and 2017, 126 fire trucks. So in the 2 years, for a period of 3 years rather, 2015 to 2017, the procurement were done at the DBMPS and the PITC. However, in 2018 to 2021, the procurement is done within the Bureau. The problem, sir, is that there were the procurements in 2015 to 2017 was still undisbursed and delivered by the PITC and the DBM.
Exactly, Madam Chair. That's my question. No? 4 billion. Nakapark lang doon sa PSDBM. Nakapark lang doon sa PITC. Hindi nila na-deliver sa procuring agency ng Bureau of Fire.
What
So what is
happened, Secretary Anyo? Bakit
Madam-
naka-parking lang or it's not being utilized? Sayang din.
They failed to deliver it, Madam Chair. And we want to know, napaka-limitado ng ating resources at bilyon-bilyon na pondo ang andyan lang sa mga procuring agencies na ito, PITC and PSDBM. Why is that so, Madam Chair? And now they're asking for a bigger budget.
Maybe get an answer from
Madam Chair.
the Secretary.
Madam Chair, when I joined the department, that is basically the first problem that I saw. Marami pong procurement na ibinigay sa PSDBM at saka sa PITC na hindi nila na-deliver. Kaya po nung later of 2017 when I joined the department and became OIC in January 2018, the first order that I gave to the BFP is do not use PITC and the PSDBM already for procurement because wala silang na-deliver. And since 2018 po, nagbago kami at na-deliver. Now we are haggling actually with PSDBM and PITC na ibalik na lang sa amin yung pondo para we can use those funds. But that's beyond our control, Madam Chair. But of course, hindi naman po pwedeng titigilan natin yung procurement just because ipinark ng ibang agencies yung mga pondo na ito. Kawawa naman yung constituents natin kung hindi tayo magpoprograma for 2022. Lalo na po na yung ating mga kagalang-galang po ng mga congressmen, congresswomen ay nagre-request din po para sa kanilang mga distrito ng ito mga fire trucks. Kaya, pero patuloy pa rin po naming hinahabol sa mga procuring entity na ito na bilisan nila. At kung hindi po, baka po pwedeng ibalik na lang sa amin ulit at we will procure.
So
For-
ano po
for
ang
the
sabi
department.
nila, Secretary, when you were asking from them to that you get back the money?
Well, meron po
The
silang
funds,
mga
I mean.
reasons na sinasabi po nila na nagkaroon po ng tinatawag na failed bidding. Eh, alam po naman po natin yung mga procuring entity na to. They're procuring for the entire government. So, ang
Bakit
dami
kasi
po
silang
talaga.
nagpa-purchase?
Kaya po nakapila lahat doon. But nevertheless po, Madam Chair, we are providing solutions to the current problem.
And these are funds, Secretary, these are funds 2017 and 2018 funds?
Hindi po, ito po yung pondo ng actually po.
Because as been mentioned by the Honorable Sarate, it's 4 billion. Sayang din yun. Ang daming mga munisipyo which are in need of like, if these are intended for the purchase of fire trucks, ang daming mga ano.
Well, Madam Chair, marami po talagang problema dyan. Hindi lang po ang Bureau of Fire Protection ang nagka-problema dyan. Even our PNP before ay nagkaroon ng
What happened?
problema. Kailangan po talagang tuloy-tuloy na pag-uusap at pupukin po talaga sila.
For how long, Secretary, that you had been like talking to this department?
We've been doing a lot of meetings with them. Ang problema lang po nito, Madam Chair, dahil sa tumagal, nagbago na rin yung presyo ng ng mga fire truck.
That's it.
Halimbawa po,
Habang tumatagal, nagmamahal yung fire truck.
Ito pong halimbawa, itong 28 ng 2015, meron pong 28 na fire trucks. Pero nagsimula pa ito, even 2013, nasa 70 plus ito dahil because of the prices, naging 28 na lang. Yan po yung mga realities.
So when was the last time that you got in touch with this PSDBM and PITC?
Last year po, last year po may mga meetings kami.
Ang hirap din naman kasi, Secretary, that we keep on allocating.
Ma'am.
Hindi pa nagagamit yung pera. At tumataas na yung
Madam Chair, yung po mga ina-allocate natin, kami na po nagpo-procure, Bureau of Fire Protection po.
Okay. That's
Kaya
good.
lahat po yan na-deliver.
Pero yung ngayon?
Yes, Madam
Pero
Chair.
follow
Starting
it up,
2018.
sayang din na pondo ninyo ito.
Ma'am, habulin po namin ang
yes, habulin
PSDBM
natin.
at PITC.
Okay.
Para ibalik po ito sa Treasury tapos
ang hirap pag naibalik sa Treasury. Magiging na naman, it needs legislation na naman yan. Babalik sa Treasury.
Pero kung yan po ang paraan.
Capital outlay to, no? This is capital outlay. So
Opo,
it's a
Madam Chair.
continuing appropriation.
Capital outlay po ito, Madam Chair.
Okay, so Kung Sarate, I think...
Madam Chair, may I proceed now? Thank you for the follow-up questions. It enlightened us, no? Your follow-up questions. So I will now proceed, Madam Chair, no? So talagang I think there is criminally wrong in this kind of setup, no, na yung napakalaking pondo ng mga ahensya tina-transfer nila doon sa ibang agencies, no, for procurement, when in fact they can procure it on their own, as mentioned by the Secretary. Now, mayroon akong particular din na for this year's budget, 126 units yung supposedly procure na fire trucks ng ng Bureau of Fire, Madam Chair. And again, even if they say na sa iba sila na mag-procure, I learned that again this was transferred, no, and to sa PITC for procurement. Is this correct, Madam Chair? Yung 126 units of 1,000-gallon capacity fire trucks worth 1.5 billion. Which was already bidded out. And PITC pa rin po ang nag-procure nito. Why is that so, Madam Chair? If malaki pala ang problema sa PITC at BSDBM.
Anyway, what's nice kung Sarate is ginagawa naman ng paraan.
Yes, Madam Chair, but we have to get an answer.
I will follow this up also.
Madam Chair, I want to get a reply from Bureau of Fire.
Okay.
Kasi
We
kung
only have like 1 minute left, Kong Sarate.
Madam Chair, let them reply
question
first.
After the answer of Secretary Anyo. Kailangan ni, can you please answer the query?
Madam Chair, mula po nung 2018, ang Bureau of Fire Protection na po ang nag-procure. Meron po tayong 56 fire trucks noong 2018, fully delivered. Noong 2019 po ay mayroon tayong 71 at 34 units na po ay na-deliver na at ongoing delivery yung natitira. Ang 2020 meron tayong 64. Ang prototype delivered and the remaining units will be delivered before December 2021.
Madam Chair, I was asking in particular sa Bureau of Fire yung 126 units, no, worth 1.5 billion, which was awarded by PITC to a joint venture, no, JROG Marketing JB. Is the Secretary aware of this? Kasi sa PITC ito, 1.5 billion na 126 units na fire trucks. May I get a reply from the Secretary of the Bureau of Fire, Madam Chair? Madam Chair, naririnig po ba ako sa Nograles, Madam Chair? Madam Chair? Madam Chair?
Kong Sarate?
Naririnig po ba ako sa Nograles, Madam Chair? Kasi nawawala po ang Nograles sa Zoom.
Hindi nga masyado eh. Wait a little.
So, may again, ulitin ko po yung tanong ko.
I think narinig naman yung tanong ninyo kung Sarate. Pakisagot na lang po from the BFP, yung tanong ni Kong Sarate.
Yes, ma'am.
Pakilakasan lang, please.
Your Honor, the 126 fire trucks for the bidding under PITC on the year 2016 to 2017, the statement, sir, is correct that it is won by the joint venture between JROG and another partner. The status, sir, is that there was a motion for reconsideration filed by the lowest calculated bidder during the time, and it was denied. There were some problems with the procurement, and this caused for the delay on the notice of award, rather on the delivery of those fire trucks, the 126. The problem, sir, really is more on the losing bidder filing a case against the winning bidder.
So as it is now, hindi pa rin ito na-deliver. Is that correct, Madam Chair? 126?
Yes, sir.
Or was this bidded out to a different bidder as we speak now?
Oo nga, I was the one in charge already of your budget if we're talking 2017. Kasi it's a part eh. This is 2016 and 2017. Hindi, 2017 lang ako. Oo. So ito, what year was that? In particular, what?
2016 and
particular
2017, sir, ma'am.
So that's 2016.
2016 and
So
2017.
this is the previous administration and the present administration now.
Correct, ma'am.
Madam Chair, may I clarify?
Kung Sarate, you only have like 30 seconds, please.
Kasi yes, Madam Chair, but it was more of the technical problem kanina. Kasi I have in my possession a document which says that on January 15, 2021, the Bids and Awards Committee issued a resolution, no, declaring the joint venture JROG Marketing as the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid and recommend the award of the contract. So this was only this year, January 15, 2021. So how is that? How is it that it involves a procurement way back in 2017? May we get a clarification, Madam Chair?
So aside from the 2016 and 2017, meron pa tayong 2021. So may we get an answer from the Secretary?
Ma'am, first of all, ma'am, yung 2016 and 2017, ay yung pondo po yun ay nasa PSDBM. At yung PSDBM po, I mean sa PITC po yan, 15 fire trucks 2016, 111 fire trucks 2017. Pag naibigay na po yun, wala na po ang department na anumang hold doon. Ito po ay kanila na po yan. Kumbaga, independently, they conduct the procurement process. Ang hintay lang namin po, delivery para sa end user.
But
Eh,
was it already bidded?
No ma'am, sad to say, andun pa rin sila sa procurement process at hindi pa rin na-consummate kasi meron nga pong naghahabol na mga third lowest bidder. So meron pa po silang legal problem. Kaya nga po ang ginawa natin, from 2017 to 2021, tayo na po yung nag-procure yan. We do not pass the procurement to the PSDB and PITC dahil hindi sila nakaka-deliver.
Okay.
So Madam Chair, para na lang to expedite.
Wala na po kayong time kung
Yeah,
sarap.
just to wrap up, Madam Chair, with your kind indulgence, just to wrap up this issue, may I just get a full report from the Bureau of Fire Protection or the department on these issues on the procurement, no? Especially with these fire trucks. Dahil nga this year, meron na namang nakaprogram na 104, if I'm not mistaken, no? And dapat matugunan muna yung problemang nangyari in the past, no? Yung 4 billion na nasa PITC and PSDBM na nakapark lang doon, billion yan, at hanggang ngayon na hindi na-deliver itong mga procured materials na ito or equipment. So I will manifest my intention to avail of the second round, Madam Chair.
Okay, the Secretariat will take note of that, so you will be third in on the list. So, kindly look into that, Secretary. Huwag niyo nang dalhin yung pera niyo. Pag hingin nila, huwag na. Kayo na lang.
Yes, Madam Chair.
Magulo sila eh.
Kaya nga po mula noong 2017.
No, you should be the one to
2018
purchase. Baka mas
tayo
maayos. Ano? But kindly look into this. Ako, I'm going to follow this up also.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a good thing that kung Sarate brought this out. No?
Thank you, ma'am. We will
Okay,
not stop until
alam
we
ko
are...
naman na ginagawa niyo naman lahat yung paraan, Secretary.
Thank you,
Okay,
Madam Chair.
so thank you, Kong Carlos Sarate. Will list you para dun sa second round. You'll be third on the list. But before I recognize Honorable Jose Tebes, may I please acknowledge the presence of Representative Xavier Jesus Romualdo. So now, may the chair now recognize Honorable Representative Tebes.
Madam Chair, Secretary Anyo, Chief PMP Guillermo Ilasar, good morning po sa kapwa ko, Congressman. Napakaganda po nung narinig ko kanina. Meron pa pala tayong 4 billion para dun sa Bureau of Fires na hindi naman ginagamit. Actually, isa yan sa mga tanong ko, Secretary. Maraming mga LGUs na may mga MOA para sa fire station ninyo para ang mga LGUs magkaroon ng counterpart para magpagawa ng mga fire station. Pero hanggang ngayon, yung mga lote na inallocate sa inyo para gawing fire station, 1 year na, 2 years na, hindi pa natatayuan. Narinig ko po sa tinanong ni Congressman Sarate kanina na may pondo pala at tinatanong nga yung pambili ng fire trucks. At kung yung fire trucks nga wala pang sariling bahay dahil wala pa tayong fire station, siguro unahin din natin yon. Dahil maraming mga LGUs na willing magpagawa at mag-allocate, magbigay ng lote, pero hindi naman yun pinapatayuan pa, especially in Region 5. Marami pa ako narinig kasi ako po ay taga Catanduanes, meron pong mga ganoong sitwasyon. And also I become a mayor 9 years. Hanggang ngayon, meron pa pong mga ganon. Siguro bigyan natin ito ng pansin, baka sa loob ng 3 taon o 4 na taon na kahihintay ng mga LGU sa lupa na inallocate sa Bureau of Fire, magamit na ito sa ibang lugar, mawalan pa kayo ng pagtatayuan. Siguro ito ay kailangan nating pansinin. Pangalawa, last year po, tinamaan po ang Region 5, October, November, ng napakalakas na bagyo, Typhoon Rolly, Ulysses at iba pa. Ngayon po, last month, dumalaw po ako sa probinsya ng Catanduanes. Nandun po, nakita ko personally, yung mga police station na tinamaan ng bagyo last year, October, hindi pa po nare-repair. Siguro bigyan natin ito ng pansin dahil October, November na, yun naman po uli ang panahon ng bagyo sa Bicol Region. At mag-iisang taon na, wala pa pong nangyayari doon. At isa pa, marami po akong kaibigan mga pulis. Alam naman natin, noong nakaraang SONA, maraming affected na mga pulis na sumama pa at tagbantay noong SONA last July. Tinatanong ko sila kung bakit sila hindi nababakunahan. Ang sagot nila sa akin, hindi naman po kami ang priority. Kung yung mga chief executive, mayors, governor, barangay kapitan, social workers, mga frontliners, hindi ba mga pulis natin ay mga frontliners pat hindi pwedeng bigyan din ito ng pansin na isama na rin na priority sa pagbabakuna, pulis, BJNP at mga fires. Siguro kasi ang dami po hanggang ngayon na hindi pa po sa kanila nababakunahan. Siguro alam naman natin na ang mga kapulisan sa pamumuno ninyo ay tumutupad sa kanilang tungkulin sa panahon ng pandemya. Kaya siguro, Secretary, bigyan po natin ng punsin ang ating kapwa mga kapulisan. At sa Sangguniang Kabataan o SK, Mr. Chairman, gusto ko lang pong itanong sa DILG kung sino man ang makakasagot kung ano man po ang status ng mga project and activities ng Sangguniang Kabataan. Dahil alam ko po na usual project nila tulad ng mga sports, meron silang mga naka-allocate na pondo para sa mga kanilang mga sports development, basketball o kung anong klaseng sports development na sa panahon ng pandemya ay ito po ay bawal naman. Kaya pero every year, in 2 years, mula nung tayo magkaroon ng pandemya o COVID-19, nakalagay pa rin sa kanilang budget requirements, sports development. And then, pag natapos ang isang taon, idadivert na dito, maaari ito ay maging honorarium na naman. Ngayon, bakit hindi po natin ito gawing tingnan mabuti? May suggest na gumawa ang DILG.
Okay. May I remind Representative Jose Teves that you had consumed already your 5 minutes. But you can just continue.
DILG at Department of Agriculture at Department of Education na magtulungan po kayo instead na ito ay budget for sports development. Gawin na lang po ito nating na project para sa gulayan pambarangay. Dahil base po sa UNICEF, halos 95 na kabataang namamatay sa ating bansa araw-araw dahil sa malnutrition. Ibig sabihin, kung ito pong pondo na ito, gagamitin natin sa ng mga kabataan para sa gulayan sa barangay, gawin po natin ito. Ang DepEd po may tinatawag na gulayan sa paralan. Pero dahil nga sa hindi ginagagamit, pwedeng gamitin po ito ng kabataan pambarangay with the coordination sa DepEd, with the coordination sa Department of Agriculture. Siguro ito ang isa sa mga magiging productive natin ngayon para sa ating kabataan na magtanim.
Okay, so time is up, Representative. I'm sorry. Okay. So anyway, I think it was already absorbed by your sentiments were already well taken by the ILG, particularly the secretary. Totoo naman, tama kayo na you really have to look into the activities now on how the Sangguniang Panlalawigan, Sangguniang Kabataan, allocate funds. Kasi puro sports. Wala naman na sports ngayon. Ang ganda-ganda ng mga recommendation ni Representative Teves. Pakitignan din ninyo yan, please.
Maraming salamat po, Madam Chair. First of all po, dun sa observation po ng ating kagalang-galang na representative from Catanduanes, tungkol po sa mga fire stations, kasama po ang ating budget for 2022 para sa paggawa ng 52 fire stations. At yung pong mga, meron po tayong yung tinatawag na BAP Modernization Law na malapit na pong pirma ng ating Pangulo. Ito po ay naglalayon na makapaglagay talaga tayo ng fire station, fire truck sa lahat po ng munisipalidad sa buong Pilipinas.
Yeah. But how about for repairs? As been mentioned by Honorable Teves, meron ba tayong for repairs?
Yes, opo, Madam Chair. Pwede pong kunin yan sa MOOE. At nandito naman po ang ating PNP chief na titingnan po niya itong mga nasira na mga police stations. Ganun po sa BAP na fire stations sa Catanduanes. At kailangan talaga tayong maganda kapag ganitong panahon dahil malapit na naman po ang mga sakuna katulad na dala ng bagyo. Tungkol naman po dun sa concern sa vaccination po ng ating mga uniform services. Maraming pong salamat at sa inyong pagbibigay ng atensyon dito. Ito po ay nakita nating problema at nag-usap po tayo kay Secretary Charlie Galvez, ang ating vaccine czar, na unahin po yung ating uniform troops. At ito pong August po ay dumating ang maraming bakuna. Lahat po ng bakuna para sa PNP, Bureau of Fire at BJMP ay na-download na po sa mga LGUs na kung saan nagsisilbi yung ating mga uniform troops. Sa ngayon po ay ang fully vaccinated sa PNP almost umaabot na ng 50% po. Mula sa 25% naging 50%. So siguro po bago matapos ang September ay fully vaccinated na lahat ng kapulisan. Mas mataas po ang ating percentage sa Bureau of Fire at BJMP sapagkat mas kokonti lamang po sila. So we hope po na ngayong September ay lahat po ng uniformadong hanay ay napukunahan na. Marami pong namatay na pulis sa ating because of COVID-19. Kung daw nagkakamali po ay almost 100 na po yung namatay nating pulis because of COVID-19. Malaking tulong po na mabakunahan sila at makatupad ng kanilang tungkulin. Yung huling item po na para po magamit yung pondo, sangayon po kami dyan. Meron po namang percentages na pwede pong ilahad ito katulad ng livelihood. Dahil lang sa sports ngayon, limitado lang po sa non-contact sports. Pwede pa rin pero non-contact sports na lang katulad ng marathon, mga ibang exercises na hindi kailangan ng body contact. Pero we will consider po yung inyong sinasabi na magkaroon po kami ng ugnayan sa Department of Agriculture, Department of Education para maging productive ang ating mga kabataan lalo na sa food production. Yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Okay, so I think it was answered already, Representative Teves. Now,
Thank you,
when
ma'am.
it comes to the vaccination of PNP, you stated, Secretary, that by September, tapos na lahat.
Opo,
I
Madam
don't
Chair.
think so, kasi sa amin, kakunti pa lang ang nababakunahan. Maybe in Metro Manila, but not in, far-flung provinces.
Ang ginawa po ng ating inbox po, kinumpute po yung lahat ng mga kapulisan na naka-assign sa iba't ibang region at kung saan pong probinsya at doon po i-download yung mga vaccine na para gagamitin sa kapulisan. Kasi hindi naman po natin pwedeng i-pull out sila. Yung pong nandito po sa sa National Capital Region ay meron po mga kaukulang dinownload sa Camp Crame para po tuloy-tuloy yung pagbakuna.
Oo, yun po bang BFP na dinala ninyo dito sa Clark na nag-duty? Nandyan pa ba sila? They had been there for more than a year already. Eh pag umuwi pa sila sa amin, sila pa yung silang nakakahawa. There was an instance in my district. Kahit i-check ninyo, umuwi. Nahawaan niya yung pamilya niya. Oh. Okay. Bakit hindi pa ba sila pwedeng umuwi, ma-home base, yung mga firemen?
May I ask
Ang
the
tagal na
OIC
nila,
to
ang tagal
answer?
na nilang nalayo sa kanilang mga kwan. Wala bang from Central Luzon na pwede ninyong dalhin dyan? At hindi yung galing ng Region 2, yun ang dadalhin ninyo dyan. And they had been there for more than a year already.
To give updates, ma'am, the Bureau of Fire Protection is manning PhilInvest and Philippine Arena in the swabbing and in the maintenance of the quarantine facility. And there are also BEP nurses deployed in different government hospitals all over the country. We were running short of nurses. That's why in some cases, there were nurses from other regions deployed at the PhilInvest and the Philippine Arena. There were nurses
Arena
from...
pala. No, yes, I remember.
Arena,
It's
ma'am.
Philippine Arena, not Clark.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oo.
To answer your query, ma'am, we have a regular swabbing routine for our nurses deployed at the arena and the PhilInvest before they are advised to go back to their respective regions.
Ang tagal na rin nila, Secretary. Imagine, 1.5 years.
That-
They've been away from their family. Paano yun?
They were on rotation, ma'am. They were on rotation.
Hindi. Pag rotation nga, pag uwi nila, sila naman nagdadala ng COVID sa amin. I don't know for what reason. Ganun yun talaga. Even if you ask. This is in Nueva Vizcaya, my district. I'm telling the truth.
We will look into that, ma'am.
Oh yes. Uwi nyo na. Alam ko kasi marami na dahil marami tayong mga nandyan sa BFP na mga nurses, no? That's why kawawa naman sila. Their duty is ng sunog. Ba't nandyan sila nagne-nurse?
Madam Chair, yes, we will be very strict in the protocols. We'll make sure na kung panahon nilang uwi, dapat ay meron silang negative result ng swab
Okay.
test.
So anyway, thank you. I think, are you satisfied with the answer, Honorable Teves?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much sa Secretary Anyo. At lastly, gusto ko magpasalamat sa patuloy ninyong pagtulong at talagang number one sa pakikipaglaban sa pandemya. Kasama kayo ng ating Pangulo. Maraming salamat.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Teves. The next to be recognized is Honorable Representative Euphemia Culiamat. Representative Culiamat is recognized by the chair. Are you?
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Okay.
Madam Chair, miss you, Madam Chair. Tagal na natin hindi nagkita. Nagkita sa face to face. Madam Chair, ibinumungkahi ng representasyong ito na para sa pag-ano natin ng ating oras. Nais ko lang pong direct to the point na lang ang sagot sa aking mga katanungan, Madam Chair. Ang una ko pong tanong, Madam Chair,
Okay, go ahead, Kong.
Ayon sa official finding ng Commission on Audit, aabot sa mahigit 3.6 bilyong piso na pundo ng DILG na hindi maipaliwanag ang pinaggastusan. Sa halagang ito, aabot ng mahigit 135.5 milyong piso ang nawala. O tawag ay deficient ng ayon sa COA. Maaari po bang ipaliwanag ninyo kung ano ang alokasyon ng mga pirang ito at bakit may nawawalang napakalaking halaga ng pera? Madam Chair.
Okay, may we get an answer from Secretary.
Maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Gusto ko lang po sanang specifics kung ano po yung tinatanong ng ating kagalang-galang na congresswoman. Kung ito po ba ay yung allocation po mula sa Bayanihan 1 and 2 na sinasabing may more or less 500 million. Yun po ba? Kasi kung yun po, isa-isahin po natin, una po, noong pong kasagsagan ng ating pandemya, nagkaroon po tayo ng Bayanihan 1 at saka Bayanihan 2. At dito po ay nagbigay ng allocation ng 5 billion para po makapag-hire tayo ng 50,000 contact tracers. No? Pero ang nai-release lang po ay 3.5 billion sapagkat October na po lumabas yung mga pondo instead of magsimula sana ng September kasi 4 na buwan po yung sakop ng Bayanihan 1. Out po doon sa 3.5 billion na nai-release, dalawang release po yan, ay na-obligate po natin yung 3.1 billion. So meron pong natirang 447 million 629,000 pesos, 263 sapagkat mayroon pong expiration yung Bayanihan 1 hanggang December lang po ito, 2020. Pero nung ipinasa po yung Bayanihan 2, ay in-extend po nila yung expiration at naging June 2021. Kaya nagamit pa rin po natin itong 447 million para po tayo makapag-hire naman ng 15,000 contact tracer para sa continuation ng ating coverage ng contact tracing na mag-expire naman ng June 30, 2021. At nagamit po natin ngayon at in fact po ay nag-release pa nga ang ating Pangulo ngayon ng additional na 6 billion, 1.6 billion para tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung sweldo ng ating 15,000 contact tracer hanggang December 31, 2021. So ang naisauli po namin ay about 19 million at ito naman po ay nanggaling doon sa COVID allocated funds for the department. So ang ibig pong sabihin ay wala pong nasayang dito sapagkat nagamit po natin ito dahil in-extend ng Bayanihan 2 yung expiration of funds, Madam Chair.
Maraming salamat. Madam Chair, pwede ba makahingi ang representasyong ito sa breakdown ng sinasabi ng kagalang-galang na
can we request
Yes,
Secretary
Madam Chair,
Anyo?
we will provide a complete report on this, Madam Chair.
Okay,
Bago
ready daw po, may we just request the Secretary to furnish a copy, the Committee on Appropriations a copy so that we can give also a copy to Congressman Kuliamat.
Okay,
Yes,
maraming salamat, Madam Chair. Pangalawa kong tanong, Madam Chair, sa mandato ng DILG, Madam Chair, sorry, can I proceed, Madam Chair? Madam Chair, sa mandato ng DILG, isa sa kanilang pangunahing tuon at ang DILG ang pangunahing ahensya na binibigyan ng responsibilidad na i-localize ang NTF-LCAC. Mari po bang banggitin ninyo kung gaano kalaking pondo nung nakaraang taon, 2020, ang napunta sa programa ng NTF-LCAC, Madam Chair?
Okay, I think that was earlier asked. Natanong na yata ito kung Euphemia earlier. At sabi ng ating secretary, magbibigay na lang daw siya ng kopya sa komitiba and then we will furnish you a copy. Kung Kulyamat. So maybe you can ask other questions aside from that.
Okay, Madam Chair. Salamat. Ang sunod ko pong tanong, Madam Chair, no? Nakita po mismo sa ulat ng COA na aabot sa mahigit 56 milyong piso na pundo ng DILG ang nailaan sa proyektong tinatawag na tulong pinansya sa mga rebel returnees at kaugnay na proyektong infrastruktura na ay unliquidated. Ano ang paliwanag ng DILG sa 56 milyong unliquidated na pondo para sa rebel returnees, Madam Chair?
Narinig po niyo?
Pwede pong paulit po ang tanong.
Pakiulit, kung Kulyamat, kung Euphemia. Ano lang, medyo lakasan lang konti, please.
Sana hindi ito maano sa oras ko, Madam Chair.
Okay. We'll ask this.
Madam Chair, nakita po mismo sa ulat ng COA na aabot sa mahigit 56 milyong pisong pundo ng DILG ang inilaan sa proyektong tinatawag na tulong pinansya sa mga rebel returnees at kaugnay na proyektong infrastruktura ay unliquidated. Ano ang paliwanag ng DILG sa 56 milyong unliquidated na pundo para sa mga rebel returnees? At kaugnay dito, Madam Chair, ano ang espesipikong guidelines ang sinunod ng DILG upang masabi na ang isang tao ay makukonsiderang former rebels? Ano ang requirement na pinagbabatayan? At ano ang paraan ng DILG upang ma-verify na ang isang tao ay tunay na former rebel?
Okay, so may we get an answer from the Secretary?
Yes, maraming pong salamat, Madam
About
Chair.
the 56 billion unliquidated?
Yes. Apo. Unang-una po, yung sa 56 million ay titingnan po namin sa COA findings. Kasi sa ngayon po wala sa aming datos, but magsasabit po kami ng report yung kung meron pong 56 million na sinasabi. Yung pangalawang tanong po kung paano yung batayan, meron pong tinatawag na assessment and evaluation po kung yung isang former rebels na nag-surrender ay talagang miyembro talaga ng CPP-NPA. Ito po ay dumadaan sa proseso sa pamamagitan po ng pagbabalidate ng mga tao sa ground. Kasama po dyan ang PNP at saka AFP. Meron po silang tinatawag na periodic status report na kung saan po mula at simula po ay meron po sila mga data at datos po galing sa mga dating nag-surrender, galing po sa mga dokumentong na-captured sa mga encounters at sa mga revelation din po ng mga dating kumilos po sa CPP-NPA. At dito po ay nababalidate kung talagang ang isang tao po ay talagang membro ng NPA. Sapagkat marami po dyan talagang magbabalat kayo at magsasabi na sila ay NPA para makakuha ng benepisyo, ay hindi po naman talaga po pwede yun. Kailangan po talaga ito ay mapatunayan muna. At ang mabisang pamamaraan talaga po ay ang validation na ginagawa sa ground. At even po, kasama rin po yung ating mga LGU officials dyan, kasama rin po sa mga tinatanong. Sapagat madali naman po ma-verify dahil kapag po yung isa nag-surrender, ay nandyan na, malalaman natin po yung address at saka yung mga magulang niya. Natatanong din po ng mga LGU officials at nakukonfirm nila na ito nga yung kababayan nila na sumampa at nag-NPA. So, dalawang klase po yan. Meron pong mga regular at meron pong mga milisang bayan. At bago po talaga magbigay ng anumang livelihood assistance at saka mga packages ay sigurado po talaga na sila ay naging miyembro.
Narinig po natin kung Kulyamat na ito pala ay dumadaan sa assessment and evaluation. Para sila talagang malalaman na sila ay kumbaga qualified to get a tulong pinansyal galing sa gobyerno. itong
Okay.
mga rebel project.
Madam Chair, kaya namin itinatanong ito dahil kung walang espesipikong guideline o protocol para ma-verify kung sino bang former rebels ang mga surrendery, kahit sino na nagnanais pirahan ang programang ito ay maaaring mag-avail ng assistant dito tulad ng sinabi namin. Maaari ding maging vulnerable sa abuso ang pundong ito. Halimbawa, sa isang ipapakita naming sulat mula sa isang komunidad ng mga magsasaka mula sa Nueva Ecija, Madam Chair. Meron kaming sulat na ipapakita. Ito po yung sulat, Madam Chair. No? Ang nakalagay dito, blanco ito, nakalagay dito, apos ng barangay Nagpanday, Gimba, Nueva Ecija, ay kasapi sa liga ng mga manggagawang bukid. At lingid sa aming kaalaman ito pala ay napasa ilalim ng sangay ng CPP, NPA, NDF upang gamitin kami sa kanilang malawakang pag-organisa ng masa sa mga magsasaka at pagprotesta sa ating pamahalaan. Mula sa araw na ito, ako po ay nangakong hindi susuporta at lalahok sa kanilang maling gawain. Agad kong isusuplong sa isusumbong yata to sa pinakamalapit na himpilan ng ating kasundaluhan at kapulisan para sa kapakanan ng mamamayan upang makamtan o makamit natin ang tunay na kapayapaan, katahimikan at kaunlaran ng ating inang bayan. Madam Chair, pwede bang maipaliwanag ng DILG ang ganitong mga kumakalat na sulat, halimbawa particular sa Gimba, Nueva Ecija, na lumalabas na pagpapasurrender sa mga manggagawang bukid kapalit ng ayuda? At magkano ang ibinibigay ng sa mga nasabing mga surrenderies, Madam Chair?
May we get an answer from the Secretary?
Maraming
please?
salamat po. Una-una po, gusto naming ipaalam na mahigpit po tayo sa pagbabalidate at marami rin po tayong naimbestigahan na kasamahang sundalo o pulis kapag hindi po totoo yung surrendery na sinasabi nila, sapagkat isa-isa po talaga yan ang binabalidate para bago iproseso po yung benefits na ibibigay po sa mga former rebels. At yung mga ganyan pong pinapipirma ay hindi po yan sa pilitan sapagkat dapat po ay free will. At nakita naman namin sa karamihan sa mga talagang former rebels po, no, yung tunay na former rebels, ay talagang hangarin nila na magbagong buhay at mag-avail ng packages para panimula. At nakita naman nila din na walang kapupuntahan yung kanilang pakikibaka at gusto na nilang magkaroon ng matahimik at maayos na pamumuhay. At yan naman po talaga yung ating hinihikayat. Ang mga benepisyo po na natatanggap, yung immediate livelihood assistance po na 15,000. 50,000 po, 50,000. Tapos meron pong immediate cash assistance na 15,000. Tapos meron pong remuneration po ng firearms, depende po sa kanyang kalibre, kung gaano kalakas yung firepower. Meron pong kakibat na pondo para pambigay sa kanya. Ang mga additional pa po ay ang tinatawag natin na pagbibigay ng settlement na bahay para po sa ating mga former rebels, no. Yan po yung pinag-uutos ng ating Pangulo at scholarship po sa kanilang mga anak o sa ating mga former rebels, no. So kung tutuusin po ay siguro po aabot ng more or less mga hanggang 400,000 po yung mga package na binibigay sa ating mga regular
pag ako,
na
babalik na ako kung may 400,000 ako.
Doon po naman sa mga ano po, doon po sa mga milisang bayan. Yung milisang bayan naman po ay hindi naman po talaga regular yan. May mga pamana projects po na binibigay para sa community. At yun po yung
okay.
pwedeng magamit sa
Okay.
community.
Pero bakit tayo may unliquidated? Bakit itong mga ito ay unliquidated?
Yun nga po ang titingnan namin sapagkat sa aming libro po ay tungkol sa e-clip ay liquidated impact po for 2020 ay 2021 99 million lang po na ibigay sa amin. Naubos po kaagad dyan second quarter pa lang. Kaya po kami ay humihingi ng pahintulot sa presidente na mag-realign sapagkat marami po yung dumating na surrendery. Ngayon pong 2022 ay 110 million po yung nalagay sa NEP at tinataya ng mga almost 900 po na surrenderies from the CPP-NP at about 300 sa mga local terrorist group na bibigyan ng benefits. Although sa tingin po namin ay kulang pa yan. Pero kung yan pong ibibigay na pondo ay magdadagdag na lang kami kung kinakailangan kapag mayroon tayo mga hindi magagamit na pondo for 2022.
Paki-check nyo na lang bakit sa records as per stated by kung Kulyamat, meron kayong ilang bilyon na unliquidated?
Kung po pwede po sana mabigyan kami ng ng detalye.
Okay.
Madam
Paki-check
Chair,
na lang. Paki-check na lang siguro,
Yes, we will check, Madam
Secretary, para at least ma-liquidate ninyo. Hirap din ng may notice of disallowance.
You will check, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, no, isa lang itong halimbawa
1 minute na
sa
lang, kung Kulyamat, one question na lang.
Yes, Madam Chair, isang
Okay.
question na lang.
Sige.
Okay. Madam Chair. Isa lang itong halimbawa, no? Isang halimbawa lamang itong nangyari sa Nueva Ecija sa ating mga karaniwang mga magsasaka. Ito po ay itong mga pagpapasurrender, tinatawag nating fake surrender, ay kumakalat po ito, Madam Chair, sa buong bansa natin. At karamihan sa mga sabi nilang nag-surrender ay wala namang naibigay sa kanila batay sa binabanggit na halaga, no? Kaya Madam Chair, bilang na lang sa aking oras, no, sa napakalaking halaga na ito na nawala o hindi na ipaliwanag ang pinagkagagastusan.
Last na yan,
Madam Chair, rejoinder na lang, Madam Chair. Isang maiksing rejoinder. Sa napakalaking halaga ito na nawala o hindi na ipaliwanag na pagkagastusan, lumilitaw ngayon, Madam Chair, na tila napaka-vulnerableng maging gatasan ng DILG, mga militar at kapulisan ang mga programang pagpapasuko umano sa mga rebelde o pag-imbento ng mga taking rebel returnee upang sabi natin parang bula na lang ang pera na bigla na lang mawawala at hindi natin alam kung saan ito pupunta, Madam Chair. Kagaya ng sulat, yung binibigay sa atin sa Gimba, Nueva Ecija, na pinakalat po ang sulat na ito ng mga militar, kasabay ng pananakot ng mga militar, pulisiya at ilang mga barangay sa samahan ng mga manggagawang bukid noon. Kasama sa forma ng pananakot at house-to-house campaign sa pilitang pag-ipon ng mga residente sa komunidad at pagsampa ng gawa-gawang kaso sa mga leader ng mga manggagawang bukid doon. Katunayan, Madam Chair, pati ang lokal na media o radyo na nagsiwalat ng ganitong gawain ng militar, pulis at opisyal ng barangay ay kinasuhan din at sa kasalukuyang nakabinbin sa korte ang kasong ito, Madam Chair. Ito lang po, Madam Chair, ang aking concern dito sa kalagayan ng mga karaniwang mamamayan, karaniwang mga magsasaka na naging biktima nitong taking pagpapasurrender. Maraming salamat, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Kong Kulyamat. And may we just request the DILG, tignan ninyo yung unliquidated damages ninyo. I mean, unliquidated cash advance.
Yes, Madam Chair,
with
we
regards
take note. Pero yung pong sinasabi niya na 56 million, bago po sa pandinig namin yon. We will check po. Dahil
Check COA report
basta po
daw,
tungkol
Sec.
sa e-clip, Madam Chair, kulang pa po yung pondo na naibigay sa amin. At baka po naman ibang ahensya yung sinasabi niya. But nevertheless po, Madam Chair, we will look into that. Hanapin namin yan. Dahil we will make sure na bawat pondo po na binibigay, mapupunta po sa ating mga former rebels yan.
Okay, thank you, Secretary. The next to, before I will acknowledge, may I acknowledge the Majority Floor Leader, Paduano. Good morning, good noon, my friend, minority Floor Leader, Paduano, my friend. Long time no see. So, may the chair now recognize Mark Go, and then after this, we'll have a break for lunchtime. So, Representative Mark Go, you are now recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Magandang tanghali po sa ating pong mga kasama sa Kongreso at sa DILG, sa pamumuno po ni Secretary Anyo. Unang-una po, Madam Chair, gusto ko lang pong magpasalamat kay Secretary Anyo at sa buong DILG sa kanilang tulong na ginagawa po dito sa aming lungsod, dito po sa lungsod ng Baguio. Pangalawa po, gusto ko pong pasalamat din sa mga opisyal dito po sa CAR, sa pamumuno po ni Police General Ronald Lee at yung aming pong station commander dito po sa Baguio City, si Police Director Glenn Lunogan. Saludo po ako sa kanila. Ang dami po nilang ginagawa para tulungan kami dito sa Baguio sa pagsugpo po ng problema natin sa COVID dito sa lungsod ng Baguio. Isa pong tanong ko kay Secretary Anyo, dito po sa budget po ninyo ng 2020, nakalagay po rito ang pinakamalaking item po ninyo ay ang personal services. Pangalawa po dito ang MOOE at ang susunod yung capital outlay. Noong pong 2020, you have an approved budget of 203 billion. But your actual expenditure for 2020 is 258 billion. So ang ibig po sabihin, kayo po ay nagkaroon ng actual more than your approved budget. Gusto ko pong malaman kung ano po ang nangyari, bakit po nagkaroon ng bigger difference between what you have been approved to spend and what you actually spend in 2020. Madam Chair, Secretary Anyo.
Okay, may we get an answer from Secretary Anyo na kung bakit mas malaki naman na yung inyong but I think those because you have continuing appropriation like capital outlays.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can I ask for a minute, ma'am, to get the data, Madam Chair?
Okay. Yes. Okay, next question kung Mark Go while waiting for the data.
Okay, related po ito kasi, Madam Chair, related po yung second question ko. Kasi po in 2020 and even this 2021, out of the so many number of plantilla positions that you have sa DILG, at saka specifically yung pong PNP, PJMP, BFP, marami po kayong unfilled positions. In 2020, just for the PNP, you have unfilled position of 30,000. So if this 30,000 is included in the budget of 2020, dapat meron kayong mas mababa ang inyong actual sa personal services considering the 30,000 of the men and women that you are supposed to hire have not been hired yet. Yun po yung related question ko dun sa first question ko, Madam Chair.
Maraming pong salamat.
May we get an answer from Secretary Anyo?
Yes, ma'am.
Dalawa na yun,
Yung una po, Madam Chair, kung naalala ko, nagkaroon po ng mga insertion po doon sa Senate para magkaroon po ng mga paggawa ng additional market at saka mga sementeryo po para na maibigay sa ating mga LGUs. Kaya po tumaas. Tapos pangalawa po, sa mga intervention po nung bayanihan, nagkaroon po tayo ng additional pondo galing po sa Bayanihan 1 and Bayanihan 2. Yun lang naman po ang mga nadagdag at saka yung RLIP nadagdag po. Yung sa pangalawang tanong po, yung po mga for the different agencies, I'd like to let them answer. Like for example sa PNP na mayroong mga vacant position na hanggang 19,000. Sa OSEC po ay patuloy yung aming pag-hire. Kaya nga lang po ay masyadong mataas yung mga eligibility requirements kung kaya hindi po mapilapan yung mga ibang mga position. Pero tuloy-tuloy po yung pag-hire. Meron po kaming a total of 640 na vacant po sa OSEC at ito na ay tuloy-tuloy po at yung atin naman pong pondo dyan ay part ng continuing appropriation. Now for the other agencies like the PNP, I'd like to ask the Chief PNP regarding their vacant, unfilled vacant positions. As well as the
ang tanong po ni Secretary Marco is that parang yung actual nyo is bigger, pero you explained that maybe nagamit yung bayanihan fund, ano? Ganon, something like that. And then, kung Marco, can we just be enlightened? Yun bang iyong katanungan kanina came from like your basis is the NEP or the GAA?
Baka nakasama na po yung continuing
Actually to kasi yung ito pong pinanggit natin kanina, Madam Chair, tungkol po ito sa personal services hindi po sa capital outlay.
More on PS daw.
Sa PS po siguro, Mr. Secretary.
Okay, maybe ask the Chief PNP.
Kasama po rito yung...
Is it just for
Yes.
the PNP or?
Meron po tayong mga unfilled positions sa PNP, sa BJMP, at saka sa Bureau of Fire din po, at saka sa Napolcom. Pero tuloy-tuloy po yung hiring nito. Meron nagre-retire, merong umalis, kaya nagkakaroon po ng vacancy, may mga napopromote.
Okay, so may we get an answer as to why ang laki ng ano natin. We have like 30 million
Yes.
unfilled position. Why? And then you're asking again for
Madam
more.
Chair, i-clarify ko lang po, no?
Oh, yes. I think they were able to get your question. Who's gonna answer?
Thank you.
Secretary? Will it be the secretary?
For the PNP, ma'am, I will ask the Chief PNP.
For the PNP, may we ask then our Chief PNP, Eliasar, to answer the query?
Yes, Madam Chair. Yes, ma'am, actually po, for this year, we are recruiting 17,000 kung lahat po ay magka-qualify. So, continuing lang po yung ating recruitment dahil nga sa tuloy-tuloy din yung mga ating attrition. While we were given only 1,000 for quota for the regular recruitment, but for the attrition, meron po kaming 16,000 plus. That is why for this year, 17,000 po yung allocation for the PNP for recruitment kung lahat po sila ay magka-qualify doon sa ating mga parameters.
How about for 2020, Chief PNP?
Yes, yung sa 2020 po, ganun din ma'am, we hired 15,000. Kasama rin po yung sa attrition doon. While we were given only we hired 14,000 ma'am for 2020. That was the number of recruits that we have hired for 2020. And for this year, 17,000 po yung allotted sa amin kung kaya po namin ma-hire siya.
So mas malaki ngayon for 2022.
Opo.
Okay, that's it.
Madam Chair.
I think you've heard it
Madam Chair.
from Mark.
Madam Chair, based on the record, They have an unfilled position in 2020, 30,000. And probably in 2021 or end of 2020, they've hired, as they said, more than 14 or 15,000. But right now, they still have unfilled position of 18,279. And I'm sure they are working now to fill up these positions, Madam Chair. The other question that I have is, you have this budget as presented in the NEP of 248,533,000,000. I would like to ask Secretary Anyo, kasama po ba dito yung yung retirement benefits ng ating kapulisan, yung pong indexation na sinasabi natin? Comprehended na po ba ito dito?
Ayan, napakagandang question yan. Kung
Yes,
Mark, may we get an answer from the Secretary, please?
Yes, Madam Chair, kasama po ito. Retirement, gratuity, and terminal leave benefits for PNP, BJMP, and BAP uniform personnel in the amount of 6.8 billion.
Okay. Yung po, for ano lang yan, yung mga magre-retire o yung pong nag-retire na, yung kanilang mga back pay kasama po rito o hindi pa?
Ayan, kasama ba yung back pay? Because I remember in 2019, parang inaano na naman natin yan, but I don't know why. Hindi pa
Madam Chair,
nabibigay.
meron pong mga portion na nire-resolve pa po ng DBM. I think ito pong 2018. Hindi pa po nila yan na-resolve. Dahil nagkaroon po ng indexation, hindi po na-i-adjust kagad nila. Kaya back pay po yung ibang release po yon. Pero ito po...
So in other words, back pay pa rin po ito or not anymore?
Ito na po yung regular
They will be
na
fully paid
pondo po
already.
para sa mga retired natin po.
Oo nga.
Opo.
Makukuha na po lahat nila yung lump sum na hindi maibigay. I mean,
Opo,
those
Madam
years.
Chair, makukuha na.
Mabibigay na daw lahat kung Mark go.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. Alam po ninyo, marami pong kapulisan na nakipag-usap sa akin at yun nga ang isang concern nila. But I think we are very happy that this problem will be addressed with the approval of the budget of DILG of 248 billion pesos this fiscal year 2022. Thank you very much, Madam Chair and Secretary Anyo. Maraming po salamat. At kay General Eliasar po, maraming po salamat sa buong kapulisan po ng DILG at ng PNP. At mga, of course, yung PJMP at saka yung fire protection. Maraming po salamat. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much then sa inyo, Congressman Mark Go. Now, before we proceed to the next, I think we need to have a lunch break. So may the chair now declare a recess. Suspension, yes.